Coming to you live from Stuart, Florida, the greatest little town in the world, it's the award-winning, critically acclaimed Get Up and Go show on AM 1450 WSTU. You're invited to call the show anytime at 720-9788. And now, broadcasting live from the Palatial Studios, here are your hosts, Evan and Bonnie.
And a top of the morning to you, June 22nd, 2021.
I think I'll go and brew some coffee.
All right, you go brew some coffee and I'll have a beer.
Please stop! Can you at least stab me in my ear?
All right, give me a pencil and I'll stab you.
Is that a gun in your pocket, or are you just glad to see me?
Well, I don't know. I'll have to let you make that decision all on your own. Time now is 6:08. On the morning show, Mr. Clock, would you please certify that?
It's now 6:08 a.m.
And we'd like to welcome in all the boys and girls, ladies and germs, and of course you and yours listening near and far away. Good morning, Miss Bonnie.
I like how you included the germs in that sentence, Evan.
Thank you.
Good morning. How are you and yours?
I am fantastic, and the pleasure's all yours and mine as well.
Yes. And, there's something in the air this morning. Is anybody having a problem with their sinuses? I might want to ask.
I can tell you what's in the air this morning. I can definitely tell you what is in the air without a doubt. If you give me a minute, I can churn up that what's in the air for you. That's what's in the air. Yeah, that's what's in the air this morning.
There's some heavy oak pollen or something going on, or the humidity, and it's awfully humid this morning, and it's really playing a line on my sinuses.
So on my way to work this morning, I heeded to your advice yesterday about the exit may be closed in Stuart. So as soon as I get in my car, I dial star FHP. I got this very lovely duty officer that was on duty for Florida Highway Patrol. And I said, hey, listen, I'm a morning radio guy and I'm heading to work and I need to know if the Stuart exit is closed before I get on the turnpike so I'm not late. And she goes, well, give me your number and I'll call DOT and I'll call you right back.
And did she call you right back?
30 seconds later, my phone rings and she said, nope, you are good to go. So I get all the way down there and guess what?
It was closed?
No. It wasn't closed. It was open.
Okay.
The southbound ramp getting on in Stuart was closed.
Oh, that ramp was closed.
That's the ramp that was shut.
Okay. Maybe that's what I read when I took the turnpike a couple of days ago. I could have sworn I saw something about June 21st with the hours between 10 p.m. and 6 p.m.
Yep. Southbound ramp as you get on in Stuart at exit 133. If you're planning on going southbound, well, that's a detour this morning. You don't want to go there. Well, they may be done by now, but it was closed when I got off at around 4. Let me see. What time did it get off there? I get off there about 4:30. Yep. It was closed.
Okay. So this is the southbound exit ramp or the entrance ramp?
Southbound entrance ramp onto the turnpike in Stuart is closed.
Okay.
Until probably maybe another 50 minutes or so from now. Something like
good for people to know, because sometimes, people get up and they start driving and they don't see the signs.
I really don't like going the back way to work just because they have construction back there too. And they have that lane shut down to where it's just one lane. And they put in these temporary traffic signals that are there. So it kind of detours you also as well. And it makes you late for wherever you got to go. So, getting over here to Stuart in downtown is like an all-day adventure, it seems like lately.
Oh, yeah. There's that one little area where if you do take the back roads from maybe say Port St. Lucie to Palm City in that area.
Becker Road. You take Becker Road east to the end, and then you're on that street down there that goes through Palm City or whatever it is.
Yep, you got to go over that little bridge, which is which you hit like a stoplight, stop and go before you can go over the bridge, and only one lane of traffic can go over that little bridge. That's a little bit of a slowdown.
Yeah, that's a slowdown, and especially in the daytime. Now at 4:30 in the morning, you would think that it's not that bad, but there's more people traveling that street than you think at 4:30 in the morning.
Yeah. I remember when the Roosevelt Bridge was closed, which we talked to Tara and Krista about it recently, and we couldn't believe it was already a year ago. Or was that Martha Ann Kness who we talked to last week?
I don't know. We talked to so many people.
Yes, we do.
Hard to keep track.
But yeah, it was hard to believe that it was already a year ago that the the Roosevelt Bridge was closed, and I
Mhm.
remember having to take the back roads we just talked about too through Palm City to get here early in the morning.
Mhm.
I think I did that for like a whole week or so last year.
I want to say good morning to my good friend, our good friend of the show, Brian Bossio. He is now working overnights. So he has the pleasure of listening to us this early in the morning. I don't know if he's on duty or not this morning, but if he is and he's listening, top of the morning to you. If you're sleeping, well, get up out of bed.
Yeah, actually, I guess, Brian, if you're working overnights, we would hope that you're going home with a big smile on your face because your shift is done.
He'll usually work midnight to 7. I think that is what it is.
Yeah.
So maybe Brian will bring us donuts since he's awake and he's out on the road. He's got access to all these places.
I don't need a donut this morning
I could
because
use one.
it was sinful. I got up and I ate some leftover Father's Day food this
Did you?
morning.
Father's Day food.
Father's Day food.
Wait a minute, you ate leftover Father's Day food?
I made a little plate of pulled pork for myself this morning,
For
put it on some
breakfast?
bread. I was hungry.
Are you kidding?
Yeah, I got up and I was craving salt. I had a little bit of salad. Oh, and I was able to bring a nice care package over to my nephew and his lovely wife and daughter yesterday.
Oh, okay.
Who, they don't live too far away from us, but we actually had leftover filet mignon. Who has leftover filet mignon to give?
Now we're talking. Now we're talking.
So my good friend over the weekend, we have filet mignon already. She goes to Publix and she finds these great looking ribeyes. So she's worried that there's not going to be enough. So she buys the ribeyes too. And we put all the meat on the grill on Sunday. Yeah, it was Sunday. And I'll tell you what, between Gary and I told myself all of this meat is not going to go to waste.
Really?
I almost brought you some steak and eggs this morning.
Oh my God, you should have.
Right?
You should have.
But
that's all I got to say.
I didn't know how you would feel about me bringing in like leftover food for you. And
that's right. There's a microwave here. It's only a day or two old.
Yeah,
that's perfectly fine.
Yeah, I kind of held back on that idea. I kind of wanted to, but some people get picky over leftover items. And
now, if it's coming from your house, it don't have cooties.
No, it doesn't.
No,
and we have anybody who's grilling outside lately, Evan, too, can clearly see there's been a fly problem lately.
Oh my gosh.
We had that news story a while ago, but it is true. But every year around this grilling time, the flies want to come in. But trust me, we covered all of that food too, and not a single fly did get on it.
Well, that's why the Ninja Foodie comes in handy now.
I know.
You don't have to worry about the fly problem anymore.
You're right. My better half was saying all the while, the flies are going to come in. The flies are coming in. Get that Ninja Foodie out. But no, we were determined. We wanted to grill it outside.
Just do it to it is all you need to do.
It's kind of the season for it, and if you don't grill outside, you feel like you're missing out on something. There's kind of like a feeling about it, about firing up that grill. And I got the right charcoal too last weekend. I got Kingsford, man.
Really?
Kingsford is, I don't think I'm going to get Matchlight anymore. Because I'll tell you what, Matchlight now, that coal strikes up a fire for you right away. It's instant, right?
Okay.
But in the past, I've found that the Matchlight, those coals seem to disintegrate. That fire goes out faster than you can even grill your food. Where Kingsford will last, I laid out a bunch of regular flame Kingsford, just the white bag with the blue label that you go and light up, and it takes a little time for it to all get lit.
Okay.
But once it does, it stays hot and simmering throughout. We could have probably grilled 3 or 4 meals with that Kingsford coal.
Really?
Over this weekend.
Oh my gosh.
It lights nicely and it stays lit.
Wow. Sounds interesting.
I just did a whole commercial for Kingsford charcoal, didn't I?
Yeah, you did. That was like an Ellie's Deli read.
I know.
You just gave him free advertising. Wow. All right. So now we need to get paid for that. So if you're affiliated with Kingsford Charcoal, you need to give us a call, 772-220-9788, so we can have our traffic department invoice you properly.
Yeah,
so we get paid.
I have had too many mishaps with charcoal, or I buy the kind that you can't fire it up, you can't light it all. So I'm getting trash bags and paper towels and all kinds of things just to get it started.
Paper. Wait a minute, trash bags?
Well,
You're putting a trash bag in the charcoal?
maybe not a trash bag. I'm saying a container of the trash bag, like a cardboard
the
box or
cardboard.
something.
Okay.
Anything to get my charcoal lit. And then
Well, just pour some gasoline on there.
and
It'll light up real quick.
trust me, I've gotten the kind of charcoal where I could put that the gas light, the instant fluid light on and
Lighter
try the lighter
It won't do
fluid.
it?
And some of that charcoal won't even start up.
I have a little
It's the
secret.
cheap
I have a
kind.
little secret to tell you. That charcoal that they say is self-lighting is not self-lighting.
It's not self-lighting.
Don't believe what you read.
I-
Don't believe what you read.
Evan, I know that charcoal too. I have seen that
Yeah.
charcoal before.
Don't believe what you read. It's not happening.
Looking at us from that grill,
Yeah.
those little charcoals that will not light.
You know what it's saying to you? Sucker.
Yeah.
Yeah, you spent your money. They got your money.
They're saying, bow, 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 you go hungry.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, next time if why don't you just get a gas grill? Gas grill, you're like done and over with.
Oh,
you just
propane?
just get a propane. You can get one for like $100, $149, and you just turn the little thing. It turns on, and you just press a button, and it lights up just like that. Boom.
I have grilled with one of those before. Actually, they made I remember grilling really good chicken on propane. Like the chicken would come out really excellent.
And it's good to have, especially during hurricane season, because what's going to happen if you don't have charcoal on hand and you lose power or something, you need to cook something and you have no charcoal. Well, you have that gas grill and you just crank that puppy up and you're good to go.
Yep. Just kind of like you got to make sure you have the propane too.
Well, yeah, get a propane tank.
I remember getting it. I think to replace that propane every once in a while, it'd be like $25.
Yeah, $18 to $25, depending on where you go, who you know, where you go, and what you know.
Yeah.
So if you have friends in the business, then they'll kind of slide you a deal or whatever. There's so many places to go and get your propane tank refilled nowadays too.
There is. Just ask Hank Hill from King of the Hill. He is the king of propane.
Who's Hank Hill?
He's the main character on King of the Hill. He's the dad.
Oh.
And selling propane is his business.
Oh, I didn't know
on
that.
The show.
I don't watch the show, so I couldn't tell you.
It's kind of like a funny cartoon of families, and I think it's situated in like Arlington, Texas.
Oh.
And with good old boys, and
Okay.
it's kind of a funny cartoon, actually.
All right, very good. So watch the show then, and you'll learn a lesson.
Yeah.
Want to say good morning to Jeff. He's driving into work like he usually does on the way to the golf course. And
good morning,
Palm City Charlie. Good morning to you and everybody else that's listening as well. We say a top of the morning to you also. 6:20 on the Get Up and Go show. It's a Tuesday morning edition with Evan and Bonnie. It's time for news. All brought to you by Florida Blue, your local Blue Cross Blue Shield, helping families take control of their health for more than 75 years. Bonnie is standing by at the news desk with the headlines.
Thank you, Evan. Governor Ron DeSantis is announcing that funding for Alzheimer's-related projects in Florida will total $51 million in the coming fiscal year, an increase of $12 million.
I'm proud to say that Florida is the only state that has Alzheimer's disease and related dementias listed as its own priority within a state health improvement plan. So in Florida, we continue to put seniors first.
At an assisted living facility in Jacksonville, the governor said Alzheimer's affects 580,000 families in the Sunshine State. Florida is the second least patriotic state in the nation. At least that's what a recent study from WalletHub found. The study looked at 13 key indicators of patriotism. The data set ranges from the state's military enlistees and veterans to the share of adults who voted in the 2020 presidential election to AmeriCorps volunteers per capita. Florida ranked dead last in civic engagement and second to last overall for patriotism. The most patriotic states, according to WalletHub's metrics, were Montana, Alaska, Maryland. New York was the one state less patriotic than Florida in the study. And to see the full study, how the results were found, log on to wallethub.com. Port St. Lucie police have arrested a man after authorities say a 2-year-old child shot himself in the head earlier this month. Police and the U.S. Marshals Task Force took Mohammed Akib Fayez, age 21, into custody Monday in Palm Beach County on charges of culpable negligence and carrying a concealed weapon and without a license. According to Assistant Police Chief Richard Del Toro, the child's mother had met Fayez on a social media dating site a week before the shooting. The mother invited Fayez to her home at the Evergreen Condominium Complex in the 1600 block of Southeast Grain Acre Circle on the night of June 11. Now, at some point, Fayez took a gun out of his waistband and put it on the table in the living room, police said. The child's mother told Fayez to get the weapon out of her home. Short time later, the victim's mother left the room and heard a gunshot, Del Toro said. According to Del Toro, the 2-year-old child was able to grab the gun and accidentally shoot himself in the head. He did get access to the weapon and unfortunately was able to discharge the weapon. Self-inflicted gunshot wound, Del Toro said. Fayez took the toddler and his mother to St. Lucie Medical Center and then left the area without talking to police. The child was later transported to St. Mary's Medical Center in West Palm Beach. A local skateboard pro heading to the Olympics, and WPTV's Todd Wilson has the story.
A dream is simply a dream if you don't go after it. What you are watching is Jupiter's very own Zion Wright reach a goal, the Olympics.
There's obviously a lot going through my mind, right, as far as like pressure and all this stuff. But what's really going through my mind is just like, kind of just like having fun, you know? It's like I felt like I was like a little kid again.
Zion had to win this stop of the Dew Tour in Des Moines, Iowa to make the team. So he got creative.
It was 540, fakie grab, come back, grind, 360, 540, come around into the alley-oop, front 5-0, front grind, into the front side air, into the 5-0, into the front blunt, and then into the heel flip Indy. That was the exact order.
Zion began skating at 4. As time went on, he became a household name around these parts. By the time he was 15, Zion had already moved to the birthplace of skateboarding, California.
From there, got on Red Bull, and then just like, everything kind of just like really started to fall in line.
I don't know. I thought I just sprained my ankle, and it was just bothering me.
Also competing at the Dew Tour event in Iowa was Boynton Beach's Alex Sorgenti. But because of a badly sprained ankle, his Olympic dream is on hold.
Obviously, it was a big opportunity, and I had to take it. But I just couldn't go through with it with the ankle being how it was.
Zion and Alex have been friends for years. In fact, they used to live together in Los Angeles. Alex says it's bittersweet for him, but very cool to see his friend heading to the Olympics.
Just going to be amazing just to see him on that stage, and hopefully, he can do the best that he does and win the thing.
The Olympics are just over a month away. Looking back, Zion feels luck favors the prepared.
Everything just happened, everything happens for a reason.
In Palm Beach County, Todd Wilson, WPTV, News Channel 5.
And lastly, a new report puts Florida 37th in the country in recovery from the pandemic. Top TOP, a global agency network, studied 48 states in various categories. Florida ranked 30th in consumer confidence, 27th in job market strength, and 41st in COVID safety. The LA Clippers will again be without Kawhi Leonard in Game 2 of the Western Conference Finals against the Phoenix Suns on Tuesday, and another top defender in Marcus Morris is banged up as well. Clippers coach Ty Lue said on Monday that Leonard remains out with a sprained right knee. There has been no change in his status, which remains uncertain for the remainder of the series. Lue said he isn't sure about Morris's status for Game 2 after the starting power forward injured his right knee and only played 5 minutes in the second half of the Clippers' 120-114 loss to the Suns in Game 1. News time is 6:26. We'll have weather and traffic together next.
6:27 the time now on the Get Up and Go show with Evan and Bonnie. It is the Tuesday morning edition. It's time for traffic and weather together. Bonnie?
Well, Evan, we're not finding any traffic accidents. All looking clear. Our latest report right here from FHP. So US 1 moving smoothly. Major highways are up to speed 2 this morning. There's your latest look at traffic. It's 75 in Port St. Lucie. In Homestead, Sweden, it's 64. Here's our weather at WPTV.
Happy Tuesday, sunshines, waking up to temperatures in the mid to upper 70s under mostly cloudy skies and a few spotty showers for the morning drive. This afternoon, highs in the low 90s, heat index values in the upper 90s to triple digits. We'll see cloudy skies throughout the day with peaks of sunshine, then a 40% chance for afternoon to evening showers and thunderstorms. Tomorrow and Thursday, highs in the upper 80s with a 60% chance for scattered showers and storms. Slightly drier air Friday through the weekend, highs in the upper 80s. I'm WPTV First Alert Meteorologist Katya Hall on WSTU AM 1450, Martin County's Heritage Station.
Let's get back to the Get Up and Go show. Here's Evan and Bonnie.
It is 6:30 right now on the Get Up and Go show with Evan and Bonnie. It's the Tuesday morning edition. It's time for viral videos. So I came across a pretty cool video. You know how volcanoes, they have lava, Bonnie?
Yeah.
Well, don't ever drive over molten lava, because the chances of you surviving are not too good.
Not too good for your car either, right?
No, not at all. The guys at Action Lab drove a car over a deluge of lava. And the tires, though, had minimal damage. And, well, let's just kind of listen in.
Let's see what happens if for some reason you had to drive over a small amount of lava that came from an erupting volcano. Would it pop your tire? Okay. Okay, go. Whoa.
Yeah.
Okay, that was awesome.
Fire. Again. Bam. And that's not exactly being the sharpest tack on the board. because
Tire
you have a
marks,
gas
that
tank
is
filled
so
with
cool.
gasoline.
Oh yeah, that's right.
And you're driving over lava.
And you know what? As I'm watching that video, though, Evan, all I'm thinking about are the tires.
Yeah.
I'm not even thinking about that gas tank.
Yeah, the
You're
tires
right.
had minimal damage. The tires had minimal damage.
And yeah, I'm watching that saying, where can I get tires like that? I want
Yeah.
those tires.
Well, here's the thing. Don't drive over lava because remember, you have a gas tank.
Yeah,
in that
thing
vehicle.
could ignite. You're right.
Yeah.
I never thought of that.
You'll have your own homemade barbecue within seconds.
We don't need
Literally.
any. We don't even need any Kingsford charcoal
No.
for that.
There we go. We're giving them free plugs again.
This episode of the morning show
Yeah,
with
it's brought
Evan
to you
and
by
Bonnie.
Kingsford Charcoal. Did you know that 10% of us don't know a single joke to tell by heart? 10% of people don't know a single joke to tell by heart.
Yeah. Do you know any jokes?
I
mean,
know tons of jokes.
Yeah.
Don't get me started.
Okay.
Because I'll mention somebody and they're a big joke.
Some people just have like a hard time remembering a joke.
Mhm.
I think I'll hear it. I'll hear a joke and I'll be like, oh, I got to save that one for the radio.
Yeah, there you
Then
go.
5 minutes later, I don't even remember what the joke was.
Mhm. Hey, by the way, I have great reading material now for when I go visit my office at home. And I think you know what I'm talking about when I go visit my office.
Oh, you're taking my newspaper
No.
because
No.
I just bought some reading material.
No, I'm talking about the office.
Okay.
When I go visit the private office.
Oh, that office.
In the home. Yeah, the
Yeah.
private office.
With the nice porcelain castle.
Yes,
castle.
exactly. Dang it, my sock fell down on my shoe. Sorry. That's the most annoying thing when you wear these
Yeah.
when you wear these invisible socks that are so low and you walk and then they fall down below your heel. It's so flippin' annoying.
That-
it is.
I hate. You know what? I
hate that.
I hate that feeling too. That
Because
is.
I hate wearing socks over my ankles. I just don't like nothing around my ankles.
Yeah, but when it falls below your heel and
Yeah.
falls into your
Yeah,
shoe,
exactly.
it's just a feeling that
Yeah.
annoys the heck out of you.
Yeah, exactly.
I know what you mean.
I wear the no-show socks.
Yeah.
So anyway, okay, back to where we were. So I bought some great reading material for my office. You want to know what I bought? I finally bought a copy and brought it home.
The AARP.
No,
I.
Cosmopolitan.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I have Cosmo in my office now.
So did you
Great
get a
reading material.
subscription?
I'm thinking about it.
I mean, you could just have it like delivered. Come by mail. Then
I'm thinking about it. I don't know what my wife would think though. And see, I have a little secret compartment in my office
Yeah.
that I hide things in that she doesn't know about.
Oh, is it like one of
So,
those little?
It's like a hidden door. It's a
my
little trap
dad
door.
used to have an actual magazine rack in there. I think.
Oh no, I don't have a library in there. Sorry. We've had books. There's been these like books that have been in the office, as so to speak, the private office.
Yes.
There's these little square books that have like sayings. They must have been in there for 9-10 years.
Oh really?
And after 9 and 10 years of reading them over and over again, when you go visit the office, they get a little boring after a while.
Are they?
Because you know what they are.
Are they religious sayings?
They're spiritual sayings. They're like motivational sayings,
Yeah.
but you just get tired of it's
Well,
like repetitive.
Just take your cell phone in there. Then you can
Well, I
always get
do.
like new news and
I do,
your
but not be
apps and-
afraid I drop it in the toilet.
I would be afraid of that too.
I'd be up, what's Creek,
That's why I never have my cell phone
right?
in the bathroom.
We have a phone call. I can only imagine who this might be and probably wanting to put his or her 3 cents in on this topic. Good morning. You're on the air.
You gave away your hiding spot. I
Oh.
can't believe you did that.
Well,
over
what can
the
I-
phone, over the radio.
Oh, what can I say,
my
Jeff?
God, she's going to be looking at that
I know.
afternoon when she gets home from work.
Well, here's the thing. She's not awake yet. So.
Oh man!
See, I know what I can get away with on the radio until a certain time when she's awake, and I know when she's awake. I know when she's awake because I get an alert on my phone that she's going out the back door to walk the dog. So
Oh man!
when I get
You
that
got this
alert, I know
covered.
she's awake, and then I change my
I
tone
should
on
have
the
known
radio.
you had this covered. I should have known that.
Yeah.
So what's your reading material in your bathroom?
Yeah. What's
Jeff?
yours?
What, my reading material?
Yes.
Yeah.
I actually don't have any reading material in my bathroom.
No.
Oh, yeah, no. Go in there and get the business done and get out of there as quick as you can.
I thought for sure you would be the kind of guy that would have some kind of musician's magazine in your bathroom to read while you're taking care of business.
Out on my computer desk.
Okay.
Where, all the new items that are going out come out, and they tell you all about the new stuff and all this new stuff nowadays. I sort of look at it and sort of shake my head because I don't have the ability to run computer oriented stuff. It's like when you start going to 6 screens and you got this going, you got that going, you got to set this, you got to set that, do this and do that. I'm lost.
Well, you saw how many screens I have in front of me here. I've got like 1, 2, 3, and
that's what you need. You need a millennial nephew for that. Whenever I have a computer problem or a tech problem at home, I call my millennial nephew.
Well, I actually have a teenage daughter in there that can help, but she's sometimes she's too busy for me.
There you go.
You have a teenage daughter?
Yeah, you have a teenage daughter?
You do?
Well, granddaughter, but she's like our daughter. She's been with us since she was 1.5.
Oh, wow. How old is she?
She's 20, almost 20.
That's not teenage.
Well, she's 19 now. She's going to be almost 20. I think September. She's 20.
All right. So she's a teenager then until she turns 20.
Yeah.
Well, you'll have to make sure and let us know when her birthday is so we can wish her happy birthday on the radio.
Yeah.
We'd be happy to do that.
Did you raise her? Did you guys raise her?
Yep.
Oh, you're awesome. Awesome grandparents.
I know many grandparents that have actually raised their grandchildren for more than one reason or the other. It's not my business why, but they step up to the plate and do that. In fact, a very good friend of mine, some good friends of mine, I'm not going to mention their names or anything like that, but unfortunately, their daughter was murdered down in Boynton Beach, and the daughter the daughter had a couple of little babies, small children, and now as grandparents, they have taken these 2 children in, adopted them, and they are raising the children for the murdered mom.
Fortunately, I don't have any really young ones at the house right now because I'm getting old, and I don't know if I could chase them down like I normally used to do.
Oh, sure you can.
It's like, yeah. Well, actually, we had the grandkids over there for Father's Day. My son came down from Virginia, the naval base up there, with his wife. And brought 2 grandkids with him, and we had a wonderful visit together. And they say about it, it's always good to see them go. When they head out the door, but you wish them back, but they wear me out. I'll tell you what, oh my God.
Well,
one day of them, and I was huffing and puffing.
I'll say this much to you, Jeff. And I guess I can let the cat out of the bag now because I've been very quiet about this, and we're talking about grandkids. I just found out a week ago that I am going to be a grandfather for the 2nd time.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, cool.
Congrats.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, my son and daughter-in-law are going to have a 2nd child. So little Ashton is going to become an older sibling.
To maybe...
And it's kind of weird. It's not weird, but it was... I didn't understand when they were telling my wife and I. So they came over to the house, and Ashton is only 3. So my son says, "You have something you want to tell Grandpa?" And he said, "I'm going to be a big brother." But when he was saying it, I couldn't understand him. I couldn't because the words weren't enunciating clear enough for me. So it took 3 times for me to ask him. And then my daughter-in-law says, "He's trying to tell you that he's going to be a big brother."
Were you guys
and I looked at Delilah.
overjoyed?
I looked at Delilah and I'm like, what? I was like shocked. Total shock.
She's
but
not showing
it was
yet.
happiness. No, not at all. She carries so damn well. Oh my gosh.
And some of the
Props
ladies,
to her.
some ladies will have a baby and then they'll look like skinny minis just 2 weeks later.
Yeah, and Delilah's like, she's like back to her little girly figure, after she had Ashton and everything, and it's like, wow. So I'm going to be your granddad for the second time.
Oh, that's
which
awesome.
is
That's awesome.
way cool.
Yeah. When's her due date, or
In
how
December,
far in?
right around my son's birthday, right around everybody's birthday. We have so many people that have birthdays in our family around the holiday time.
Yeah.
My wife's mother, my oldest son, my twins, somebody on my daughter-in-law's side of the family. So we're all taking bets when this kid's going to come.
Going to be another Christmas baby.
Yeah.
What a nice package to get for the holidays.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Yeah. So being a granddad.
Honey, how many
again.
kids do you got? You got any kids?
Not any real kids.
She's a bonus mom.
Yeah, I have a stepdaughter and a stepson.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Yeah,
So-
she's the bonus mom.
No biological kids that I know of.
That she knows of.
That was pretty good.
You like that one? That she knows of.
Nobody ever
Yeah.
strapped me to a table in my memory, etched in my memory, and
I
made
don't
me
want
have
to
a baby.
vision that. I don't want to vision that. You strapped to a table, spitting a kid out. No, that's just not right.
I don't want to envision it either.
No, that's not right.
Oh boy.
But I love
Well,
kids.
guys,
They're so much fun.
I will say childbirth is a beautiful thing. I have partaken in childbirth, both natural and C-section.
Wow.
Both.
You've seen it both.
I have seen it both. Unfortunately, I didn't see Gavin come into the world, but I saw Darren come into the world and saw Haley and Dylan. And I'm telling you, childbirth, if you've ever done any hallucinogenic drug before or anything like that, this
Oh.
takes the cake as far as the ultimate high.
Well, you are blessed. I mean, you
Yeah.
are blessed. To
It's way cool.
Have witnessed that.
It's way cool. That's all I got to say. It's the coolest thing in the world to see as a kid come into this world.
Do they come in a little head first or a little feet first?
Normally it's head first.
Yeah.
Normally, unless you're breech, but more ways, it's kind of, I felt like when Darren was born, I felt like I was the catcher on a baseball team, and I'm squatting down behind home plate, and the pitch is being thrown,
Yeah.
and my hands are out to catch the ball, just like this.
Oh my.
And that was like that. That's the way, if you can envision that. And then
go ahead.
The C-section, I felt like I was on the 50-yard line of a football field, because they have this drape over the mom's stomach and it's pulled up. So and I'm on the 50-yard line, and to the left is like she was on the left side where she was actually fully awake during the C-section, because they gave her, I think, this thing called a spinal tap.
She's awake,
where they
but she
numb you.
can't feel anything.
Yeah, she don't feel
from
nothing. So and then on the right side is like the stomach. So they take this scalpel, and Bonnie, I'm going to illustrate this to you. Okay. They take a scalpel and they go like this on one side, and they just go whoop,
Really?
just
A
like
big
that.
splice,
They
like
just do one
going
slice
across?
from left to right, and then they take, I called it a meat cleaver.
And she's awake watching this.
No, that's why they have the curtain up.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Yeah, the curtain.
Yeah,
for
they have the
certain.
curtain up.
Oh,
the
yeah.
curtain for certain. So, and then they take, I called it a meat cleaver. They take a hook here and a hook here, and they go like this.
And she's just feeling nothing.
And she feels
none of
nothing.
this. Yeah.
Nothing at all.
Oh.
And then all of a sudden, there's these little sacks right there underneath the skin
Oh,
that
wow.
have the babies.
Like little
and they're
sacks,
swimming.
like little tadpoles
They're
or something.
swimming in water.
Oh my gosh.
It's like, wow. So they said, Mr. Nine, are you ready for baby number 1? And I said, sure, why not? Let's do it. So they went just like that.
Just like a little.
Like that little, just like that.
Wow, that's.
And all of a sudden
insane.
the Atlantic Ocean erupted, and all this water came flowing out.
Oh.
And here was baby number 1, my
Did your
daughter.
shirt get all wet?
No,
Oh.
it didn't get wet. I had on scrubs and a mask and gloves and all
Yeah.
this stuff. So here comes baby number 1. They put baby number 1 in my arm, and I go running out of the ER room or running out of the birthing room. And I have a team of doctors running after me. Mr. Nine, come back. You can't leave the operating room with the child. You just can't do that. It's not sterile. And they're chasing me down the hallway because I'm so proud I've got my daughter in my hand, and I left my son swimming in the pool.
Could you imagine, like, if you're expecting twins, but then 3 or 4 comes out?
Oh
what would happen then? You'd be like,
let me tell you.
Grandma and Grandpa would be really busy.
So then they did
mom
number
and dad?
2.
You were the mom and dad.
Yeah, mom and dad. Yeah.
Well, your grandma and grandpa kind of like now, and I'm getting
So then they
confused.
did number 2, just like that. And out comes the second batch of water. And then here comes the son. And then here he comes out. And I'm looking, I'm like, okay, is there any more stuffed inside of there? Like a turkey, you know? And I'm like, no, there's no more stuffed inside of there.
Oh, could you imagine like being like Octomom and having 8 kids
please.
come out, 8 little ones, one at a time?
That's painful.
Mm.
Jeez. So anyway, so that's my story of how my twins were born, Gary. I hope I made your morning.
I was a lot more simple.
You came out normal.
I just said down, set, hut, hike.
I like that. I like that. Catch the football.
How many kids of your own do you guys have?
1, 2, 3, 4.
Got a boatload.
Wow.
5.
Wow. You have one more than I do.
Wow.
And
well, technically I have
really
5,
good.
but
so
I've got
proud
4
of all
of
of
my
them.
own.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can't tell you how proud I am.
Good for you.
Wonderful.
As we all should be proud of all our children.
Oh, yes.
Definitely
All right.
so. All right, dude. Hey, listen, man. Have a great day at work. We got to get
You
to
too.
news. Thanks
God
for the
bless.
call
Take
as
care.
always. God bless you too. We'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye now. 6:48 on the Get Up and Go show. It's the birthing show, as we call it now this morning, sponsored by Charcoal.
By Kingsford Charcoal, yes.
No, it's time for news, all brought to you by St. Lucie Jewelry and Coin. For the best deals in town on precious metals, it's always St. Lucie Jewelry and Coin. Go see Hawk Levy and tell them that Evan and Bonnie sent you down there, okay? Let's go to the news desk. Here's Bonnie.
Thank you, Evan. A man in a mask claiming to be police drove up to a man's home Friday and robbed him at gunpoint, according to Fort St. Lucie police. Officers are still searching for the suspect, said police spokesman Sergeant Keith Boehm in a news statement issued Monday. Investigators on Friday said they responded to a report that a man posing as a police officer drove up to a home in the 400 block of Southeast Asbury Lane in Port St. Lucie and approached a man in a garage who lived at the home. The man posing as an officer said he was arresting the man on an open warrant, investigators said. The man, identifying as a cop, closed the garage door and shut the house's power off. According to the release, the man was wearing a black long-sleeved shirt with police on the front and back, a gold badge around his neck, and a black ski mask covering all parts of his face except the eyes. An investigation and search for the man in connection to the robbery is ongoing, but police stated no other incidents of this nature have been reported in the area. A Stuart teen chasing a dream to compete at World Rowing Championships. Here's WPTV's Ryan Hughes.
Endurance, grit, and determination. Greta Geiser on the water chasing a dream.
It's never something that I could have pictured or imagined for myself.
The 18-year-old from Stuart gliding through competitions and is now hoping to represent her family, Martin County, and the United States, competing for a spot on the 2021 U19 U.S. National Rowing Team.
It's something that is mind-blowing to just get to have that experience.
WPTV catching up with Greta before flying out to California.
I'm arrived. I'm safe.
After being invited to the U.S. Rowing Selection Training Camp, working to earn a seat in the upcoming World Championships in Bulgaria in August.
It's me and 65 other girls that are chosen from around the United States.
The teenager started rowing in February of last year, but quickly fell in love with the sport.
Greta started training here at the Treasure Coast Community Rowing Center, but then COVID hit and she was forced to put in the work at home. But she didn't stop. Her drive only grew stronger.
The community's so excited for you.
Now she's gained the support of her hometown.
You tip the hat to her. I mean, the girls had to work so hard to get there. This is a huge accomplishment.
The Martin County Professional Firefighter and Paramedics Union Local 2959, cutting Greta a check for $1,900, helping reach her fundraising goal for Bulgaria.
It makes you proud of your community even more and just want to get behind her.
Greta is motivated and will know if she makes the world team next month.
I know that everyone is behind me, and having that confidence, just getting to run forward, is exciting.
In Martin County, Ryan Hughes, WPTV, News Channel 5.
A Black female employee of Planet Fitness is enlisting prominent civil rights attorney Ben Crump to file a lawsuit in Orlando against the company.
She believes Planet Fitness discriminated against her because of the color of her skin.
Crump, who represented the families of Trayvon Martin and George Floyd, says his client Tanika Mitchell was passed over for promotion in favor of less experienced white employees. The company that owns Planet Fitness denies the claims. A 25-year-old woman is dead after a mass shooting in Sumter County. A total of 10 people were shot Sunday in Wildwood. A 22-year-old convicted felon was arrested. The man who drove the pickup truck that plowed into two people at a gay pride parade in South Florida this weekend is sorry for what he calls a horrible accident. 77-year-old Fred Johnson accidentally accelerated, injuring one person and killing another. And lastly, a major utility wants a rate hike. Florida Power and Light is asking the Public Service Commission to approve a 4-year plan that would generate almost $2 billion in revenue. Braden Point scored a goal in his 8th straight playoff game as the Lightning utterly dominated the Islanders 8-0 in Game 5 of their Stanley Cup semifinal series in Tampa. Lightning head coach Jim Cooper is not getting carried away by the lopsided victory.
So love the effort, but in the end, it's one win. And regardless what you win by, it's the win that matters. Not by how much. And so it's a clean slate in 2 nights, and we got to get after it again.
Tampa Bay leads the series 3-2 and can close it out tomorrow at New York. Our news time 6:53. We'll have weather and traffic together next.
$6:54 right now on the Get Up and Go show. It's the Tuesday edition with Evan and Bonnie. Time for traffic and weather together. Bonnie?
We're not finding any accidents, so it's like really looking like a good ride on this Tuesday morning. U.S. Highway 1 looking good. The major highways so far so good right here this morning. There's your latest look at traffic. We have 77 in Stewart and in Cedar Falls, Iowa. A clear sky and 49. Here's our weather from WPTV.
Happy Tuesday, sunshines, waking up to temperatures in the mid to upper 70s under mostly cloudy skies and a few spotty showers for the morning drive. This afternoon, highs in the low 90s, heat index values in the upper 90s to triple digits. We'll see cloudy skies throughout the day with peaks of sunshine, then a 40% chance for afternoon to evening showers and thunderstorms. Tomorrow and Thursday, highs in the upper 80s with a 60% chance for scattered showers and storms. Slightly drier air Friday through the weekend, highs in the upper 80s. I'm WPTV First Alert Meteorologist Katya Hall on WSTU AM 1450, Martin County's Heritage Station.
You're listening to the Get Up and Go Show with Evan and Bonnie on Martin County's Heritage Station, AM 1450 WSTU. Now let's get back to the program with Evan and Bonnie.
It is coming up on 7 o'clock right here at WSTU Stewart, Martin County's Heritage Station. The news is coming up next. And then hour number 2 for you and me and just for you. And then hour number 3. Coming up in hour number 3. What's today? Today's Tuesday, right?
Tuesday, so maybe Sheriff William Snyder?
Oh, yeah. I didn't get any notes.
Okay.
From anybody.
It could be Major Budenseek,
Wow.
too.
Okay. We'll have to find out. It's going to be a mystery. It's a roll of the dice. We'll just figure it out somehow. Anyway, folks, enjoy the band. We'll be back.
Coming to you live from Stuart, Florida, the greatest little town in the world, it's the award-winning, critically acclaimed Get Up and Go show on AM 1450 WSTU. You're invited to call the show anytime at 772-220-9788. And now, broadcasting live from their palatial studios, here are your hosts, Evan and Bonnie.
Well, thank you very much, Madam Announcer. It is June 22nd, 2021. It's the Tuesday edition of the Get Up and Go show.
I'll bet you don't know about this.
Okay, well, why don't you tell me?
Please pick up the garbage from around your seat.
Okay, hold on. Let me reach over and pick up this one little piece of paper, okay?
Shut your pie hole. We're working here.
That's right. We are working here, so please keep quiet and stifle yourself, as they say. 7:08 the time. Mr. Clock, would you verify?
It's now 7:08 a.m.
Bonnie, there's some paper on the floor over there. Would you please pick it up, as the gentleman said?
Oh, yeah. You know what? I got to put my readers on so I can see the paper to pick up.
There you go.
Thank you. You know, Evan, you made me feel empowered this morning.
Why?
Because you found so many readers of ours that we were missing at home.
Oh, okay.
I'm wondering, you know, are they like in the deep confines of our couch and our lovely seats at home, or are they in my vehicle? Where are our readers? We were saying yesterday. Well, Gary will be glad to know we left them all here, and Evan found them.
Well,
so
how many different pairs of readers do you have?
we
That's
had,
what I want to know.
at one time, I know we had at least 6 pairs, and right now we're down to 1 at home plus 2 more, which you found here gives us 3 pairs.
Right.
So I got to stop
Wow.
at Burlington was where I found some good readers last time. You know how you're in that aisle where it's got all the candy, and you know, as you're waiting to get to the cashier at Burlington's,
Right.
They got all of that extra good stuff you can always pick up.
Oh.
And things to look at. And they had like readers at one time in that aisle, like a whole
Okay.
6-pack of them.
Wow. Okay.
So, you know, if you need them at home, it's like really convenient. I talked to a girl. There was like a girl on my massage table the other day that said I had to say how pretty her glasses were. And she gets all the colors of the rainbows of the glasses. She has like a lot of fun with them.
Kind of like Skittles, right? The rainbow.
Yes, Skittles.
Okay. All right. Very good. Very
Skittles.
good.
Have you
Skittles.
heard? They're coming out with a Skittle yogurt.
What?
You enjoy your yogurt in the morning. So do you like Skittles?
No, I don't like anything crunchy in my yogurt.
I don't know if it's going to be crunchy, but it's going to have that Skittle flavor somehow to
Really?
your yogurt, I think.
Oh.
Yeah, and they're coming out with Skittle candy canes this coming holiday season.
Oh.
With all the different colors of the Skittles, of
Very
our little
interesting.
Skittles friends.
Very interesting.
Yeah,
So
so
stuff from Skittles.
so that'll be fun. You
Okay,
know,
very good.
get away from the old red and white candy cane,
All right.
the boring.
Let's do some birthdays. Time for birthdays, anniversaries back in the day on this June 22nd, 2021. Bonnie, what do you have for me this morning?
I wish I had somebody to wish a happy birthday to, so they could take me out to eat.
Okay.
Take me out to eat.
Wait a
They
minute.
can
You're
take me
supposed
out
to buy
eat.
them their food because it's their birthday. So why should they take you out and pay for yours?
Oh, just to enjoy my lovely company.
Oh,
Boy,
just mooching a meal.
I'm full of myself this morning.
That's all right. You can be as full as you want. Joe Dempsey is 34 years old today. That's Gendry on Game of Thrones. Alicia Goranson is 47. That's Becky Connor on Roseanne.
Oh, that's her real name,
Mhm.
Alicia Goranson.
Alicia Goranson.
I never knew that. I wonder if I got to look her up to see which Becky she was. If she was the first Becky, the original, or the replacement.
Okay, you go on ahead and look that up.
I will.
Please
Okay.
do.
Oh yes.
And then let me know.
I will.
Let me know what exactly what you come up with.
Okay, you know what? I'm going to get a good... Oh, this is the original Becky, who is now on the Connors, which I think you said that, right?
I couldn't tell you.
She would be Becky, the original, the first Becky, which she's on the new show, The Connors, right now. She does a good job on that, too.
Okay.
Yep.
Well, that's a good thing.
She's got a little actress on that show.
Let me see here. Donald Faison is 47. That's Chris Turk on Scrubs. Carson Daly, the host of The Voice and Last Call with Carson Daly. Guess how old Carson Daly is?
I'm going to say maybe about 53.
48.
I was pretty close.
48
Yeah.
years old. 48 years old today. Let me see here. Mary Lynn Radskub is 50. That's Chloe on 24.
Chloe on 24. That's 24 with Kiefer Sutherland.
I think,
I
I
would
don't know.
gather. Yep.
The retired quarterback who led the St. Louis Rams to the, didn't know we had an NFL team up
Wouldn't
in
it be
Port
fun
St.
if
Lucie.
we did have the St. Lucie Rams?
Yeah, right.
That would be fun.
Retired quarterback who led the St. Louis Rams to the Super Bowl Super Bowl 34 victory against the Tennessee Titans. The score was 23-16. Mr. Kurt Warner is 50 years old today.
50, Kurt Warner
50
is.
years old today.
Oh, right. What a milestone he reached.
50, the big 5-0.
Yep.
The big 5-0. That's pretty crazy. Let me see here. Stephen Page, 51. That's the former Bare Naked Ladies singer. His second cousin is Canadian superstar Snow. Michael Trucco is 51. That's Sam Anders, the Cylon who married Starbuck on Battlestar Galactica. Dan Brown is 57, author of Angels and Demons and the Da Vinci Code.
Oh, okay.
Amy Brenneman, 57 years old today, Dr. Violet Turner on Private Practice.
I also enjoyed her in NYPD Blue, and she played Robert De Niro's love interest in my favorite movie, Heat.
Really?
She does a really good job.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
I liked her in both. NYPD Blue, she was good too.
All right, very good. Let me see here. Aaron Brockovich Ellis, 61.
Oh, yeah? That's
Yes.
the one that Julia Roberts played, Aaron Brockovich. 61 today,
Yep.
huh?
Tell me who you think of when I rattle these songs off, okay?
Okay.
Time After Time.
Cyndi Lauper.
She-Bop.
Uh-huh.
All Through the Night. True Colors.
Boy, she was good, right?
Girls just want to have fun.
Actually, she still is good. I think she's doing some touring with Rod Stewart.
Right.
I think she tours with him once in a while.
Guess how old?
Cyndi Lauper's probably 61. Am I right?
She is, I've got 7,000 windows open here, 68 years old.
68.
68.
Oh, man.
Wow.
And she looks great. I see her in the commercials for, she has sort of a skin condition. And I see her in some commercials for something she puts on to clear up her skin. But boy, she just looks amazing. That's why
68 years old.
That's why I guessed 61, but 68. Good gosh.
68. Man, she is looking fantastic.
Yeah, I would agree.
For 68 years old
And
today.
she had some good songs too from the 80s.
Oh, I love her
Man.
music.
Yeah.
Meryl Streep is 72 years old today. She received 21 Oscar nominations and won 3.
Oh yeah,
And won 3.
She only won. I thought I would think she would have won more than 3.
She won 3. Kramer versus Kramer in 1980.
Which I still didn't see that movie. I want to. Here's the thing. It's like it's such a chick flick that when
chick flick?
Yeah, it's kind of like a chick flick, right?
Okay.
So like if I want to look for it, if I want to find it, he'll say, "Oh, that's from so long ago. Why do you want to watch that?" I guess, but I think I've searched for it before, and I haven't found it on Netflix. Of course, now that I got HBO Max, I gotta go back and see if I can find that. But she won in Kramer versus Kramer.
Right.
And what were the 2 other movies?
The 2 other movies were Sophie's Choice in
Oh,
1983.
That movie was sad.
And The Iron Lady in 2012.
I don't know anything about The Iron Lady. That's
The Iron
odd.
Lady in 2012.
Huh. I'll have to look that one up.
Yes.
I saw her in The River Wild too, where Kevin Bacon plays a sociopath, and she's on this river rapids, and she's one of those professional rafting people.
Oh wow.
Yeah, and then
Very, very cool.
Bacon comes after them. He's like a hoodlum out in the woods, he and his friends, and they kind of terrorize her family in it. It's a pretty good movie. But the third one that you mentioned there, what was that called? For her award?
That was called The Iron Lady in 2012.
Gotta look that one up. I don't know anything about that one.
Look that one up if you would.
I will.
please, And tell me what you come up with while I'm doing this at the same time.
And she should have won an award for Sophie's Choice because she did a fine movie. She did a fine job too in that movie. But that's one of those movies where it's just like it's so it's so hurtful. It's like you watch it once and you don't know if you want to visit it again. Kind of a hard movie to watch.
It is. It's a tough pill to swallow, as they say in terminology. Let me see here. Lindsay Wagner. Did I mention her name already?
No, you didn't.
72 years old today, the Bionic Woman.
So she is Meryl Streep's age.
Yes.
They're both turning 72.
72 years old. How about Chris Christopherson?
Whoa.
85 years old today.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Huh? Yeah.
Yep.
He actually wrote Sunday Morning Coming Down. I think it was he performed it too. I think Johnny Cash might have sung it as well, but he wrote the song. It's a beautiful song.
David Lander. I think it's David Lander or David L. Lander. I'm not sure. I can't tell. But would have been 74 years old today. Passed away in 2020. That's Squiggy on Laverne and Shirley.
Oh, yeah. I remember him.
Good old Squiggy.
I remember him passing away a couple years back. Squiggy, huh?
Yep.
Yeah, we had Lenny and then we had Squiggy. Yep.
Freddie Prinze from Chico and the Men. Hey, Chico and the Man.
Oh,
Freddie Prinze.
Freddie Prinze Sr.
Yep.
Celebrating in the heavens
Freddie
too.
Prinze Jr.'s dad, celebrating a birthday in the heavens, passed away in 77. Wow. Ed Bradley from 60 Minutes passed away in 2006. The writer, director of Sunset Boulevard and Some Like It Hot, Billy Wilder, passed away in 2002. So here's a very interesting day today, Bonnie.
Okay.
It's National Kissing Day.
You know what?
It's National Kissing Day.
In honor of that, you should go out and get an aquarium and buy some kissing fish.
No.
I think it's so cute with the little. My mom used to have kissing fish in her aquarium.
They say it's all about showing your love and improving your health. That's right. Kissing is actually good for you. Kissing relieves stress, burns calories, and benefits your immunity system. With so many perks, we can't imagine why somebody wouldn't want to celebrate. So, hey, pucker up.
So it makes me
Buttercup.
wonder, like, if this day was canceled last year due to COVID-19. I wonder if they canceled Kissing Day last year.
I don't know. But you know what else is today? It's National Onion Ring Day. National Onion Ring Day.
Evan, do you like
I
your
love me some onion rings.
Do you like them plain, or do you got to have a little ketchup on them?
Oh, gotta
little
have
something.
my ketchup on it.
Me too.
Oh, yeah.
I got to dabble mine in just a little bit of ketchup.
Oh, it's so good. If
You
you've
bet.
got a craving for all things deep fried, the National Onion Ring Day is the holiday just for you.
You know where I bet they would have some good onion rings? I'm sure. Possibly Frankenstein.
You know whose onion rings are really good? Burger King's.
Oh,
Don't
they?
ask me why.
Burger King has onion rings?
Burger King has onion rings.
I didn't know this.
Yeah. The nation celebrates the irresistible deliciousness of onion rings, often by eating as many of them as possible. It's unclear when onion rings were first developed, but an onion ring-like recipe appeared in about 1802 in a cookbook, and another surfaced in a New York newspaper around 1910.
As early as 1802, you said, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty early. Serving up some onion rings.
Yep. National Onion Ring Day.
Ah, yeah.
Yeah. So onion rings and a kiss. They don't go together. You know, after you eat the onion rings, chew some gum.
Yeah.
And then observe National Kissing Day.
Yeah.
That's the way I would do it.
It might be a good food then for a first date. So, that way you're not going to kiss.
No, not a first date on National Onion Ring Day. No.
Eating the onion rings as your first date, because that way you're not going to kiss, because you don't want to be kissing on your first date and all.
It depends. Some may get the urge to kiss, and
yeah, no judging here, right,
No.
Evan?
but hey, if you're going to eat onion rings and you're going to kiss on your first date, bring some gum with you. That's all we got to tell you. Just bring some gum with you, because you don't want to kiss an onion. That's like, no, I don't want to go there. I was going to say something, but I won't. Anyway, I thought we were playing Jeopardy for a minute.
You got
there.
me craving something right now, and
Onion
it isn't
rings,
a kiss.
right?
It's onion rings.
Yeah. Go get some onion rings and give Gary a kiss and see how he feels. 7:21 right now on the Get Up and Go show with Evan and Bonnie. It's a Tuesday morning edition. It's time for news, all brought to you by Florida Blue, your local Blue Cross Blue Shield, helping families take control of their health for more than 75 years. Bonnie is standing by at the news desk with the headlines.
Good morning. Port St. Lucie police have arrested a man after authorities say a 2-year-old child shot himself in the head earlier this month. Police and the U.S. Marshals Task Force took Mohammed Akib Fayez, age 21, into custody on Monday in Palm Beach County on charges of culpable negligence and carrying a concealed weapon without a license. According to Assistant Police Chief Richard Del Toro, the child's mother had met Fayez on a social media dating site a week before the shooting. The mother invited Fayez to her home at the Evergreen Condominium Complex located in the 1600 block of Southeast Green Acres Circle on the night of June 11. At some point, Fayez took a gun out of his waistband and put it on a table in the living room, police said. The child's mother told Fayez to get the weapon out of her home. Short time after, the victim's mother left the room and heard a gunshot, Del Toro said. According to Del Toro, the 2-year-old child was able to grab the gun and accidentally shoot himself in the head. He did get access to the weapon and unfortunately was able to discharge the weapon. Self-inflicted gunshot wound, Del Toro said. Fayez took the toddler and his mother to St. Lucie Medical Center, then left the area without talking to police. The child was later transported to St. Mary's Medical Center in West Palm Beach. As of today, the 2-year-old victim is alert, conscious, and will begin therapy this week, Del Toro said. The long-term prognosis, though, is still unclear. Governor Ron DeSantis is announcing that funding for Alzheimer's-related projects in Florida will total $51 million in the coming fiscal year, an increase of $12 million.
I'm proud to say that Florida is the only state that has Alzheimer's disease and related dementias listed as its own priority within a state health improvement plan. So in Florida, we continue to put seniors first.
At an assisted living facility in Jacksonville, the governor said Alzheimer's affects 580,000 families in the Sunshine State. Local leaders are hoping that state funding from an African American cultural and historical grant could pave the way for a Highwaymen museum in Lincoln Park. The Highwaymen were a group of Black artists that originated in Fort Pierce and were known for painting Florida landscapes. Kept out of white-owned galleries, they sold their artwork along the roadside in the 60s and 70s. Their paintings of trees, marshes, and backcountry are currently on display at the A.E. Backus Gallery on Indian River Drive. In an effort to preserve the prominent Black artist legacy, former state representative Larry Lee urged the city to apply for the grant, which could award up to $1 million with a local match. A Stuart teen is chasing a dream to compete at World Rowing Championships. Here's WPTV's Ryan Hughes.
Endurance, grit, and determination. Greta Geiser on the water chasing a dream.
It's never something that I could have pictured or imagined for myself.
The 18-year-old from Stuart gliding through competitions and is now hoping to represent her family, Martin County, and the United States, competing for a spot on the 2021 U19 U.S. National Rowing Team.
It's something that is mind-blowing to just get to have that experience.
WPTV catching up with Greta before flying out to California.
I'm arrived. I'm safe.
After being invited to the U.S. Rowing Selection Training Camp, working to earn a seat in the upcoming World Championships in Bulgaria in August.
It's me and 65 other girls that are chosen from around the United States.
The teenager started rowing in February of last year, but quickly fell in love with the sport.
Greta started training here at the Treasure Coast Community Rowing Center, but then COVID hit, and she was forced to put in the work at home. But she didn't stop. Her drive only grew stronger.
The community's so excited for you.
Now she's gained the support of her hometown.
You tip the hat to her. I mean, the girls had to work so hard to get there. This is a huge accomplishment.
The Martin County Professional Firefighter and Paramedics Union, Local 2959, cutting Greta a check for $1,900, helping reach her fundraising goal for Bulgaria.
It makes you proud of your community even more and just want to get behind her.
Greta is motivated and will know if she makes the world team next month.
I know that everyone is behind me, and having that confidence, just getting to run forward, is exciting.
In Martin County, Ryan Hughes, WPTV, News Channel 5.
Well, lastly, a major utility wants a rate hike. Florida Power and Light is asking the Public Service Commission to approve a 4-year plan that would generate almost $2 billion in revenue. The search is on by Major League umpires for sticky stuff that pitchers might use to doctor those baseballs. What has long been against the rules but rarely enforced is being overlooked no more. The crackdown began Monday when major and minor league umpires started regular checks of all pitchers for tacky substances used to get a better grip on the balls, but can also increase the spin of the balls and make hitting them more difficult. Jacob deGrom was the first pitcher inspected under the new directive in the opener of the New York Mets doubleheader against Atlanta. The two-time National League Cy Young Award winner, he passed. News time is 7:28. We'll have weather and traffic together next.
$7:29 right now on the Get Up and Go show with Evan and Bonnie. It's the Tuesday morning edition. It's time for traffic and weather together. Bonnie?
We are not finding any accidents on our roadways, Evan. Stewart is looking good right now. The Jensen Beach area, the Palm City area too. The roads are nice and clear. Hey, if you see something, say something. Call us at 220-9788, 220-WSTU. Port St. Lucie, partly cloudy, it's 76, and in Belém, Brazil, it's 75. Here's our forecast at WPTV.
Happy Tuesday, sunshines, waking up to temperatures in the mid to upper 70s under mostly cloudy skies and a few spotty showers for the morning drive. This afternoon, highs in the low 90s, heat index values in the upper 90s to triple digits. We'll see cloudy skies throughout the day with peaks of sunshine, then a 40% chance for afternoon to evening showers and thunderstorms. Tomorrow and Thursday, highs in the upper 80s with a 60% chance for scattered showers and storms. Slightly drier air Friday through the weekend, highs in the upper 80s. I'm WPTV First Alert Meteorologist Katya Hall on WSTU AM 1450, Martin County's Heritage Station.
If you have a suggestion for the show, we would love to hear from you. Send us an email to WSTUmorningshow@gmail.com. Now let's get back to the Get Up and Go show. Here's Evan and Bonnie.
This is not headline news. Khloe Kardashian and Tristan Thompson have broken up again. Sad news for Khloe, but fantastic news for strippers in every NBA city. Carrie Fisher will be honored with a Hollywood Walk of Fame star. It's next to Andy Dick. Not Andy Dick's star. Andy Dick literally sleeps on a bench next to it. In sports, the Chicago Bears may leave Soldier Field. Bears fans haven't been this disappointed since every moment of their lives after 1986. Wingstop is starting an offshoot business called Thigh Stop. Expected to do much better than their other offshoot business, Beak Stop. Thigh Stop was also a maneuver my girlfriend in college was very good at. And Cyndi Lauper turned 68 today. Now when she just wants to have fun, she just watches CBS. This is not headline news.
From Not Headline News, we go to the stupid stuff.
Now it's time for Stupid News.
It's so stupid and awesome.
Where we ask the important questions.
Are some people too stupid to live?
Why are people so stupid?
Are you effing stupid?
All right, so we're going to go to Chicago, where a bus driver looking for a way to relieve stress during the coronavirus pandemic jumped into Lake Michigan for a 365th straight day this past Saturday.
And all I thought he was going to do was go and watch an episode of the movie Speed to relieve that stress.
Yeah.
Wow.
365 straight days. The guy's name is Dan O'Connor, said he started jumping into the lake at Montrose Harbor on the city's north side last year to relieve stress. Now, it was during the pandemic. It was during the protest. It was during an election year. So it was somewhere where I could come down to the lake, he said, and block all the noise out and kind of be totally present with himself in the lake and find some moments of zen. That's how he got his zen.
He's jumping into Lake Michigan 365 days of the year.
Yeah.
And do you know how cold it gets up in Chicago?
He continued jumping into the lake through the fall before the hard part where he had to hack a hole in the ice on the frozen lake that was big enough for him to jump through during the wintertime. He said when he got home from one such jump, he found about 20 scrapes and cuts all over his body.
Whoa, he scraped himself up a little bit from that ice.
365 days.
He is
jumped into the lake.
One brave soldier at that. You know who's done that before, too? I think they have the polar bear plunge up in Chicago.
Uh-huh.
And I think I read where it might have been either Lady Gaga or Gwen Stefani. One of those girls went up there every year and did it with their boyfriend.
Mm-hmm.
It might have been Gaga that did the polar bear plunge into those icy waters.
Very interesting. Very interesting. Let's go to Tyler, Texas, where police are on the hunt for a man who broke into a mall to steal a bag of Dippin' Dots.
Dippin' Dots. You know,
Now-
I just saw a lady selling them yesterday. Where did I see the Dippin' Dots? Oh, yeah, it was at a gas station I stopped on in Palm City.
Absolutely love me some Dippin' Dots.
Yeah, and I think they have them at that gas station right before you get on the turnpike there in Palm City.
If you've never had Dippin' Dots, folks, let me say one word: decadence.
Yummy, isn't it?
Decadence.
Yeah, and how many flavors do you know? I don't eat Dippin' Dots all the time. I'm not a professional at it. They got like a lot of good.
Go to your
flavors
frozen
and-
food section in the grocery store, and you will see Dippin' Dots.
Yeah. Do you have some loaded in your refrigerator,
No,
Evan?
not today.
No. Okay.
But now to get in, the guy dropped through the ceiling like he was Tom Cruise in Mission Impossible or something like that.
Oh wow.
But he didn't have any crazy tactical gear. He was wearing a polo shirt and pulled off the entire mission while licking on a what is it called? A lollipop.
Oh,
yeah, he
man.
was licking a lollipop.
Yeah.
Now, he was able to leave through the same hole in the ceiling where he entered as well. Now, as far as we know, he didn't take any other things than the Dippin' Dots.
Oh, man.
There's no word on who the guy is, but he's still on the run.
He was like on a mission,
Yeah.
like Tom Cruise in
Yeah.
Mission Impossible. He must have wanted to get those dots.
So if you have a craving for Dippin' Dots, just tie a rope to a beam and just drop down in and grab yourself a bag of Dippin' Dots and pull yourself back up and hoist yourself out of there.
Or do it easier. Just stop by that gas station in Palm City that I mentioned. Do
Yep.
do it the easy way.
Exactly. A 38-year-old Baltimore man thought he was having a heart attack this past Sunday evening. And conveniently, he noticed an ambulance that was idling nearby with the keys in the ignition. So the guy decides he's going to hop in and puts the lights on and drives himself to the hospital. Guy thought he was having a heart attack, so he gets in the ambulance, cranks it up, and he drives himself to the hospital.
Well, how convenient to have a ambulance right there running,
Just
right?
so happened to be there.
And when you're having a heart attack,
Yeah.
and you can just jump in and drive yourself over there.
I don't recommend you driving if you think you're having a heart attack. The police caught up with the guy before he got to the hospital, but he told them about his condition. They determined that he did need to see the doctor, so they took him in the back of the police car. It's unclear if he's going to face any charges. Obviously, it's a crime to steal an ambulance, but considering the circumstances, there's a chance the guy may just catch a break.
I hope he gets a break. There was a dire need for that one at the moment.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I would agree.
Oh, by the way, I remember I had a elderly gentleman as a friend, and he actually was having a heart attack one time, and he actually did drive himself over here to the hospital. But he didn't have to steal an ambulance.
I hope not. Let's go to Hudson, New Hampshire, where police had a tough time with a 41-year-old Jason Shea. Now, after being arrested on DWI charges, Jason Shea allegedly defecated in the back of the police cruiser and twice on the Hudson Police Department's booking room floor. So in addition, Shea was charged with disobeying an officer and 3 counts of criminal mischief, 1 count for each time he defecated on the police property. He was held on preventative detention, that means no bail, and was transported to the Valley Street Jail in Manchester.
Yeah, that's just very sad.
Yeah.
Kind of like one of those sad stories.
Don't defecate in a police cruiser or at the police department, whatever you do. A woman posted a gift list on Facebook recently, which was packed with luxury items, including Gucci and Louis Vuitton purse.
Oh, where you could purchase from this woman?
Well, no, it's a gift list that she posted.
Oh, to give the gifts to her. Oh,
right,
okay.
exactly. New floor tiles for the entire house.
Oh, yes. I would like some myself.
A new car. Any high-class paintings or decorations.
All right.
$400 in cash. $400 or more gift cards to the following places, like
Yeah.
5th Saks Avenue.
Oh, those are some good gifts.
She wrote.
Good
Notice
gosh.
she wrote 5th Saks Avenue.
Yeah.
Not Saks Fifth Avenue.
5th Saks Avenue.
Yes.
Well, she better get that right.
Intelligence. Bloomingdale's, Nordstrom, Calvin Klein, Gucci, Whole Foods, Sprouts, and JCPenney.
You know, the lady has taste.
Yeah, and
anyway.
any kitchen-made appliances over $350.
Oh, boy. If you
said,
can afford it.
She said guests must pick off the list only or consult her first before attending her wedding. And there are no exceptions. I am expecting everyone to spend at least $400, she says.
Oh.
She said she'll accept slightly lower amounts, but you'll have to ask her first.
What do you think of a lady that does this sort of thing, Evan? Do you think that's okay? Would it be okay to do?
One word. Whack.
Whacked.
Whack.
Yeah.
Completely whack. And
I
our
mean,
internet went down,
but,
by the way.
You know, we never know because, you know, maybe this lady is extremely wealthy already. Maybe she has like several wealthy friends that could possibly afford those kind of gifts. So I don't know if I want to be too quick to judge.
Yeah,
with her
completely
gift
whack.
registry.
That's what I would call her. Completely whack.
I'm not going to go to my local Target and just, you know, pick her up a gift.
Yeah. I wouldn't. Lastly, in the Philippines, a woman just had a baby boy, and the dad got her to agree to name the kid. They named the kid Hypertext. Hypertext markup language, which is what HTML stands for. Hypertext markup language.
Oh, it does?
HTML stands for Hypertext markup language.
I've seen that HTML before. Yeah. I never knew what it was.
The guy's a web developer, and he loves his job. So that's one reason they did it. But he says his family also has a long-standing tradition of very weird names, that he wanted to honor that tradition. For example, his name is Mac.
Mac is okay,
but
right?
It stands for Macaroni 85.
Oh, I thought it would be MacBook. Okay.
And his sister's legal name is Spaghetti 88.
Really?
I feel like I'm watching an episode of Get Smart. Remember that? Agent 99, Maxwell Smart.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm watching an episode of that.
Right on.
So, would you name your child something like that?
Hyper. The kids get that label too often, with the teacher going, boy, he's a hyper boy.
Right.
That's a hyper child. Settle down, that child. He's too hyper.
I would not name my child that.
But now that's your first name. I think that's kind of wrong.
I don't know where these people get stuff like that from. Anyway, that's your stupid news for a Tuesday, June 22nd, 2021. Now it's time for the good stuff, the real stuff, the good juicy stuff. And it's all brought to you by Florida Blue, your local... Oh, wait, wrong sponsor. It's all brought to you by St. Lucie Jewelry and Coin. I got caught up there. For the best deals in town on any type of precious metals, it's always St. Lucie Jewelry and Coin. Go see Hawk Levy. Bonnie's got the headlines. Morning, Bonnie.
Good morning, Evan. Well, a man in a mask claiming to be police drove up to a man's home Friday and robbed him at gunpoint, according to Fort St. Lucie Police. Officers are still searching for the suspect, said police spokesman Sergeant Keith Boehm in a news release issued Monday. Investigators on Friday said they responded to a report that a man posing as a police officer drove up to a home in the 400 block of Southeast Asbury Lane in Port St. Lucie and approached a man in a garage who lived at the home. The man posing as an officer said he was arresting the man on an open warrant, investigators said. The man identifying as a cop closed the garage door and shut the house's power off. According to the release, the man was wearing a black long-sleeved shirt with police on the front and back, a gold badge around his neck, and a black ski mask covering all parts of his face except the eyes. After putting handcuffs on the targeted man and pointing a gun at his head, the self-proclaimed officer stated, "I'm not a cop, I'm here to rob you," investigators reported. The imposter cop called the man by his first name, investigators said. It's unclear, though, if the armed man and the resident knew each other. The man claiming to be a cop then walked away to search inside the home. The resident ran to a neighbor's home and called police as the suspect thief was still inside the home, according to investigators. They believe the items stolen included a small safe, a knife, and a BB gun. An investigation and search for the man in connection to the robbery is ongoing, but police stated no other incidents of this nature have been reported in the area. Governor Ron DeSantis is announcing that funding for Alzheimer's-related projects in Florida will total $51 million in the coming fiscal year, an increase of $12 million.
I'm proud to say that Florida is the only state that has Alzheimer's disease and related dementias listed as its own priority within a state health improvement plan. So in Florida, we continue to put seniors first.
At an assisted living facility in Jacksonville, the governor said Alzheimer's affects 580,000 families in the Sunshine State. A Black female employee of Planet Fitness is enlisting prominent civil rights attorney Ben Crump to file a lawsuit in Orlando against the company.
She believes Planet Fitness discriminated against her because of the color of her skin.
Crump, who represented the families of Trayvon Martin and George Floyd, says his client, Tunika Mitchell, was passed over for promotion in favor of less experienced white employees. The company that owns Planet Fitness denies those claims. A local teenager has received a ballet scholarship to an academy in Monaco. She's from Port St. Lucie, and she beat out thousands of dancers worldwide to clinch one of 10 spots. Ella Justy, age 13, will spend next school year studying at the Princess Grace Academy on the French Riviera. I was in total shock and started crying, said Ella, whose family recently moved from Palm City to Port St. Lucie. Princess Grace was my dream school, too, which makes it more exciting. Ella started dancing at 2 years old, she said, but seriously took to the art form when she was about 7. She now dances at the Florida School for Dance Education in Palm Beach Gardens. The school teaches a wide variety of dance styles, lyrical, contemporary, jazz, Ella said, but ballet is hands down her favorite. Our news time is 7:48. We'll take a look at sports. For the first time ever, there's an openly gay active player in the NFL. It's Carl Nassib, a defensive lineman with the Las Vegas Raiders. He came out yesterday on Instagram. He said, quote, "I just wanted to take a quick moment to say that I'm gay. I've been meaning to do this for a while now, but I finally feel comfortable enough to get it off my chest." He said he's been agonizing over this decision for 15 years, but he finally decided to come out because, quote, "representation and visibility are so important." Nassib also said he's donating $100,000 to the Trevor Project, a suicide prevention organization for LGBTQ youth. Our news time is 7:49. We'll have weather and traffic together coming up.
$7:51 right now on the Tuesday edition of the Get Up and Go Show with Evan and Bonnie. It's time for traffic and weather together. Bonnie?
And it's a nice morning. We are really accident-free out there. Up in the Fort Pierce area, everything's looking fine as we move south on US 1 down to the Hobe Sound, the Jupiter area. We don't have accidents to report on US 1 or our major highways. And there's your latest look at traffic. 79 in Stewart this morning, and in Riverside, California, 64. Here's our weather from WPTV.
Happy Tuesday, sunshines, waking up to temperatures in the mid to upper 70s under mostly cloudy skies and a few spotty showers for the morning drive. This afternoon, highs in the low 90s, heat index values in the upper 90s to triple digits. We'll see cloudy skies throughout the day with peaks of sunshine, then a 40% chance for afternoon to evening showers and thunderstorms. Tomorrow and Thursday, highs in the upper 80s with a 60% chance for scattered showers and storms. Slightly drier air Friday through the weekend, highs in the upper 80s. I'm WPTV First Alert Meteorologist Katya Hall on WSTU AM 1450, Martin County's Heritage Station.
You're listening to the Get Up and Go Show with Evan and Bonnie on Martin County's Heritage Station, AM 1450 WSTU. Now let's get back to the program with Evan and Bonnie.
Time now is coming up on 7:58 on the Get Up and Go Show with Evan and Bonnie. It's the Tuesday morning edition, and coming up in the 8 o'clock hour, it's going to be Christine Crucifix Weiss, the public information officer from the Martin County Sheriff's Office. She will be making her appearance in all her beauty right here on the program, Bonnie.
Yep, and full of information.
Yes.
Christina always has jam-packed information too for Martin County.
She always has a boatload of great information.
Yeah, she really does. And speaking of a boatload, I think I saw in the news this morning, maybe we'll find out from her too. It looked like right here in the Stewart area, there was maybe a boat or two started on fire.
Oh.
Like right over here. So maybe we'll have to ask her about that one. And
okay, I didn't hear about that.
Yeah,
Where did you see that at?
I saw that on a news story on the news early this morning. And I think they were like a couple of boats right around here at the St. Lucie Boulevard area, the river area in Stewart.
Oh, okay.
So maybe she'll have some information about
Bonnie,
that.
do you ever get these phone calls on your cell phone that are from the warranty department, and they're telling you that your car's warranty is now expired?
I can't stand those when I get that.
Right?
I mean,
and it's a new car, and you still have your factory warranty.
yeah, that's
What the heck are they thinking?
huge pet peeve. I don't like it when I go to answer my phone and I'm in the middle of doing things and it says scam likely too.
And it's like a local call too. It's like a local number, and they'll say, "This is your car's warranty department notifying that your car's warranty is now expired. Please call this number back to find out more information to get your extended warranty."
You could find maybe a little bit of relief in that phone call though, Evan. It could be something worse.
Well, yeah, but if your car's still under warranty, then why the heck would you call it back?
Yeah, I mean, those calls are annoying.
They are.
But at least
I
you're not...
play them all the time, though, when they call me.
Oh, do you?
Yeah, I do all
You
the
play
time.
with them?
Constantly.
I instantly hit the
Nonstop.
hang up button.
We're WSTU Stewart, Martin County's Heritage Station. The news is coming up next. Don't go anywhere.
Coming to you live from Stuart, Florida, the greatest little town in the world. It's the award-winning, critically acclaimed Get Up and Go show on AM 1450 WSTU. You're invited to call the show anytime at 772-220-9788. And now, broadcasting live from their palatial studios, here are your hosts, Evan and Bonnie.
Well, thank you very much, Mr. Announcer. The date is June 22nd, 2021.
I need some good news.
All right, I have some good news for you.
Well, I have some good news.
Well, I said that I have good news.
Tell them the good news.
All right, I'll tell them the good news if you insist. Just give me a few seconds, and I'll tell you. It's 8:06, Mr. Clock. Would you verify, please?
It's now 8:06 a.m.
That's right, and the good news is, well, I don't want to say good news, but it's always great news when Sheriff William Snyder is here or Major John Budenseek is here, but now we have turned to beauty. Because, you know, we always have two good-looking guys, so now we needed to add a little beauty into the mix, and it's nothing better than to have the Public Information Officer on the program. Christine Crucifix Weiss is joining us on our line. Good morning, Christine.
Well, good morning. Good morning, everyone. Such a nice introduction. I appreciate that.
Well, you know, you got to give kudos where kudos is deserved.
That's awesome. And you know, Bonnie, you sound like you have a lot of people in that studio. I heard a lot of voices. I didn't realize there were like 5 or 6 people in there.
We have all different kinds of people around
It's like
here.
a party in here every morning. It's just like a little breakfast party every morning. We have a whole lot of fun with that.
Nothing never changes around here. So first and foremost, how are things doing at the Martin County Sheriff's Office? Everything is good,
Well,
hopefully, down there.
I think that we talked earlier. We certainly don't want to jinx it, but crime is down. You know, we sent out a bunch of warnings, auto burglaries and auto thefts and boat thefts and boat motor thefts, and there's none.
I love it.
Yeah, the boat thefts have really, and the boat motor thefts have kind of tanked off, which is something we want to keep that way. We keep reminding people. The auto burglaries, where someone's, usually the summers, where we get hit pretty hard, and I think we've only had 2, and those were purses left in a car unlocked or key fobs left in a car unlocked. And I don't think I could stress, and we have stressed over and over again, don't leave your cars unlocked and don't leave your keys in the car.
Yeah, that's something that's kind of like you would think is a no-brainer, to leave your keys or your key fob in plain view and leave the vehicle unlocked. You may as well put a sign on your front windshield that says, "Come take me, keys inside."
And don't leave your articles in plain view either, right?
Yeah.
Even though if the doors were locked,
Yeah.
I would imagine.
Sure. And you know that 90% of the auto burglaries we have, people have left their car doors open. So there's this theory that some people will tell you, well, I just leave them open in case, so that my windows don't get smashed. But from our experience, it's a handle grab, and then they're off. They don't take the time to smash the windows. Now, it has happened if there's something in the car that they want. So if the door is locked and something's in plain view that they really want, they're going to hit the window. But 90% of what we have here are burglaries involving the doors left open and key fob. I don't understand. You know, some people park their cars in the garage and they leave their key fobs in there, and that's where we get a lot of stolen cars. They just roll in, or your garage is open. It takes them literally a second.
You know, these thieves nowadays too, they have this technology where they can actually open your garage door remotely.
They do, yes. And you know, sometimes if you go online, you'll see those. You'll see key fobs, you'll see remotes, you'll see very universal items, and they could just set them as they, you know, cruise through a neighborhood. They could just set them. It's interesting. Just when you think that you have it mastered, to come up with something else. Now, there's something I did want to mention.
Okay.
I know we've heard a lot about this cryptocurrency, the Bitcoin. We recently had an elderly gentleman get taken for $109,000.
Oh no,
that's horrible.
Yeah, no, that's horrible. And we're going to start seeing that, because is it Bitcoin? I'm not sure what you want to call it, but it's cryptocurrency that we're going to start seeing a lot of, and I think a lot of people are starting to push that cryptocurrency.
Uh-huh.
Please be very careful because that is ripe for scam. That is extremely ripe for scam. If you have elderly parents or your grandparents, please pay attention to what they're doing because they think they're doing something good. They think they're doing something for the future of their family. And in this case, $109,000. Now, we all know that this cryptocurrency, if you're a smart investor, if you're a good investor, and you lose your passcode and things like that, it's gone. And that's your money. Imagine just giving your money to an entity that's not even a true entity. We can't get your money back.
Yeah, I don't even think you would be able to like call the Better Business Bureau for that.
Not even.
Like,
No. This is all international, mostly international based crimes.
Ugh.
And once that happens, even on a state level, once that happens, the money's gone. It's very hard to trace. And the cryptocurrency, I'm not a fan because it's so untraceable.
It just sounds
Like you
so
said-
too good to be true, you know?
It was that point. I think when it first started, if you invested $500, you're a multimillionaire at this point.
Yeah.
But just like anything else, you have to get in at the top end of that.
Mm-hmm.
And now it's just it appears to be some type of trendy monetary.
Mm-hmm.
And if you like it, that's great. If that's good for you and you've researched that and that's where you want to go, but it is ripe for scam.
Mm-hmm.
We tell you the same thing. Don't go for emails. Don't go for cold calls.
Right.
Go see your personal financial advisor, the person you've worked with for years. And if you want to do that, but chances are that person has been told, no, don't invest your money in that. So they went into another direction. So just be very, very careful. And this is a very sad situation. And I don't anticipate it's going to be the last time I see this. So we're probably going to start pushing something out about that.
Christina, this gentleman that was scammed out of the 109,000, was he like called by somebody? Did somebody contact him through the phone with it?
Or I believe he found it on the internet. It was internet based. And usually these things are those phishing emails.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But we still get the cold calls.
Yeah.
And I would urge every banker in this county, when you see someone withdrawing this type of money, you just kind of red flag it and ask. And the bankers and I will say the store clerks here, when someone comes in and gets an unusual amount of gift cards, they block it and they say, "What's it for?" And then they'll make the necessary calls to stop it. They're very aware of these scams and how they work. And usually the customer's like, "Wait a minute, I'm a customer." But they have saved these people thousands and thousands of dollars.
That's a time where you can say it's okay to be rude and get nosy about it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. And when the banks hold your money, they do have some type of responsibility to make sure that people come in, they just don't know. Ask questions and call us. And if you're uncomfortable asking questions, feel free to call us. We will come out and speak to the individual just to make sure you're not going to lose your money to a scam. So we're going to start seeing them pop up now.
Christine, have you heard about the FPL scam that's been going around as of late too? It's where you get a phone call, and I've gotten the phone call, and several of my friends have gotten this phone call where they say, "This is Florida Power," and it's an automated message. "This is Florida Power and Light calling. Please call the number back that you see on your screen. Your electric will be turned off within 24 hours if you do not pay your past due bill."
Right.
Have you heard about that one?
All the time.
Yeah. And then unsuspecting seniors will call that number back, and they don't know any better, and they'll give their credit card information over the phone thinking their bill is past due when they're giving their credit card information to somebody on the other end that's ordering 10 MacBooks from Apple.
Absolutely. It happens all the time. These scammers usually shoot for the emotion, the grandparent scam.
Mm-hmm.
We're calling your grandson or grandma, "I've been arrested. I don't want to tell mom." And then a lot of people push through money. This 109 at this point is probably the largest amount that I've seen someone being scammed out of.
Wow.
But we do have $60,000, $70,000, $80,000 a pop. And if you think about it, that's a life savings. And chances are he moved most of his life savings into that. So,
that's
it's
horrible.
very hard to say. Another financial thing, and I'm sure Trish and the sheriff have gone over this, if you could try using your credit card over your debit card.
Mm-hmm.
Because once that debit card number is gone, they have really fast access to the money in your bank.
Yeah.
Your credit card has measures in play
Mm-hmm.
to stop it and to reimburse you once they determine that it was actually a fraudulent charge.
That's what we actually do in our family a lot now. In fact, more so, more now than later, so to speak, where we're using one specific credit card that we have to make all our purchases going forward. Like, for instance, I'll just use Amex card, let's just say, and we'll make all the purchases on the Amex, and we'll keep a running tab of what we purchase. And then at the end of the month, when the statement comes out, you pay it off, and you're done with it.
Right. It's very important to look at all your statements. One of the things that I notice a lot of companies are doing, and people should look into it, is that they're automatically signing you up for paperless statements.
Oh, I hate that.
So,
I hate that.
it. Yeah, and they're not even asking. They used to ask where you can opt in.
Mhm.
But a lot of companies are, because you didn't opt out,
Right.
they're opting you in.
Right.
So make sure that you don't get, not only can it cause you a delay in your payments for what you're looking for,
Mhm.
paperless statements means you have to open that internet and check your bill. And you have to do virtual this and that and print, but you should look at your statements, and that helps you look at all the charges and everything going on for that month. But paperless statements I don't like. I actually like to see what I have in my hands. It's just a safety measure. And I wish most people or everyone would some things you want to move forward in the technology, but when it comes to your money and securing it, stay traditional, stay paper, write things down.
Mm-hmm.
Everything over the internet's becoming so hackable
Mm-hmm.
that it's alarming.
Yeah, totally agree with you on that. And also, I get, I don't know, Bonnie, if you do or not, but I mean, I constantly get, when I pay some of my bills online, it does give me the option if I want to go paperless, and I always check no, because I want to get that statement every month.
Yeah,
I want to make sure I
like
get
that
it and look at it.
physical, tangible.
Yeah,
paper.
I like to hold the statement. I'll still pay it online, but I still want to get that statement, because now on my statement, I can see what's been charged, where opposed to I have to remind myself to go online, bring up the account, do this, do that, where I get that statement every month, and I'm going to be able to just see right there what I've done.
Exactly. Now, again, a lot of these companies are doing the reverse. You have to opt in for paper statements. So that means you're opting out for them if you're not opting in.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm pretty traditional in the fact that I still write checks. A lot of people do it online.
I do it
I
too.
love checks.
Christina, I do
Wow.
it too. My car payment goes out every month in a check, and it
Right.
arrives on time, and I've never had a problem. And
No.
I don't have to stop at the bank and pay it. I could pay it online, but I send it in the mail with a check, and it works. It still works.
It works. It's never been a problem in the past until we got deep into this
Yeah.
internet situation.
Yeah.
So if you think the internet hackers can hit the federal side, the local side is a piece of cake.
Mhm.
Here's something I learned on the internet the other day.
Mm-hmm.
And we're going to push this out as well. Trisha will probably do this.
Okay.
But you get these questions that say, where did you first meet your spouse? Or what do you first remember seeing your spouse? And these are trick questions. Like, oh, do you remember what your first car was? And somebody will put up Buick. It was this. Well, now they have your secret password.
Yeah. Well, that's a security.
Yeah, right.
It's a security question that you've answered,
Yes.
and they're tricking you into giving you the security question by
Yes.
striking up a casual conversation
Yes.
with you.
Like a trivia.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's crazy.
Because
Guilty. You know what? What is your mom's middle name? And
Yeah.
is your mom's middle name unusual? What is
Yeah.
it? And then people answer it. You could see going all the way down.
Yeah.
Stop doing that.
It sounds all warm and fuzzy because you want to do it and you know the answer and you just want to play.
Yeah.
But then
Right.
you're going to pay.
Wow. Our very special guest has been Christine Crucifix Weiss. She is the Public Information Officer from the Martin County Sheriff's Office, and it's always a pleasure to have her on the program. And we need to get you in here to tape a show for our public affairs broadcasts. Hint, hint, hint.
We'll do that
hint.
next week. We'll start to talk about all this other stuff we're going to start seeing on the horizon. Maybe we'll do something on the big con or in things like that. So
next
we'll
week
come in
would
next week.
be next week would be perfect for me because I don't have Mets baseball next week, so that'll be good for me. We'll talk. Shoot me an email and we'll have a conversation.
Perfect.
Have a wonderful day, and miss seeing your smiling face in the place.
Oh, next week we'll get together. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Bonnie.
All right, we'll talk to you soon. Have a great day. It's time for the Precious Metals Report. It's all brought to you by St. Lucie Jewelry and Coin. Gold opening up at $1,780, 20 cents an ounce, and silver opening up at $25.91 an ounce. That's the Precious Metals Report, and it's all brought to you by our good friends at St. Lucie Jewelry and Coin. $8:23 on the Get Up and Go show with Evan and Bonnie. It's the Tuesday morning edition. It's time for news brought to you by Florida Blue, your local Blue Cross Blue Shield, helping families take control of their health for more than 75 years. Bonnie's at the news desk.
Good morning in Stuart. 2 boats burned in a fire at a residential dock in Martin County. The fire happened early Sunday morning. The Martin County Sheriff's Office believes the fire started in one boat and spread to another. This happened on a dock along St. Lucie Boulevard near Jefferson Street. The fire also caused heavy damage to a boathouse. No word yet on what caused the fire. No one was hurt. Port St. Lucie police have arrested a man after authorities say a 2-year-old child shot himself in the head earlier this month. Police and the U.S. Marshals Task Force took Mohammed Akib Fayez, age 21, into custody on Monday in Palm Beach County on charges of culpable negligence and carrying a concealed weapon without a license. According to Assistant Police Chief Richard Del Toro, the child's mother had met Fayez on social media dating site a week before the shooting. The mother invited Fayez to her home at the Evergreen condominium complex located in the 1600 block of Southeast Greenacre Circle on the night of June 11. At some point, Fayez took a gun out of his waistband and put it on a table in the living room, police said. The child's mother told Fayez to get the weapon out of her home. Short time later, the victim's mother left the room and heard a gunshot, Del Toro said. And according to Del Toro, the 2-year-old child was able to grab the gun and accidentally shoot himself in the head. He did get access to the weapon and unfortunately was able to discharge the weapon. Self-inflicted gunshot wound, Del Toro said. Fayez took the toddler and his mother to St. Lucie Medical Center, then left the area without talking to police. The child was later transported to St. Mary's Medical Center in West Palm Beach. As of today, the 2-year-old victim is alert, conscious, and will begin therapy this week, Del Toro said. The long-term prognosis, though, is still unclear. A local skateboard pro is heading to the Olympics, and WPTV's Todd Wilson has this story.
A dream is simply a dream if you don't go after it. What you are watching is Jupiter's very own Zion Wright reach a goal, the Olympics.
There's obviously a lot going through my mind, right, as far as like pressure and all this stuff. But what's really going through my mind is just like, yeah, just like kind of just like having fun, you know? It's like I felt like I was like a little kid again.
Zion had to win this stop of the Dew Tour in Des Moines, Iowa to make the team. So he got creative.
It was 540, fakie grab, come back, grind, 360, 540, come around into the alley-oop, front 5-0, front grind, into the front side air, into the 5-0, into the front blunt, and then into the heel flip Indy. That was the exact order.
Zion began skating at 4. As time went on, he became a household name around these parts. By the time he was 15, Zion had already moved to the birthplace of skateboarding, California.
From there, got on Red Bull, and then just like, everything kind of just like really started to fall in line.
I don't know. I thought I just sprained my ankle, and it was just bothering me.
Also competing at the Dew Tour event in Iowa was Boynton Beach's Alex Sorgenti. But because of a badly sprained ankle, his Olympic dream is on hold.
Obviously, it was a big opportunity, and I had to take it. But I just couldn't go through with it with the ankle being how it was.
Zion and Alex have been friends for years. In fact, they used to live together in Los Angeles. Alex says it's bittersweet for him, but very cool to see his friend heading to the Olympics.
Just going to be amazing just to see him on that stage, and hopefully, he can do the best that he does and win the thing.
The Olympics are just over a month away. Looking back, Zion feels luck favors the prepared.
Everything just happened, everything happens for a reason.
In Palm Beach County, Todd Wilson, WPTV, News Channel 5.
The man who drove the pickup truck that plowed into 2 people at a gay pride parade in South Florida this weekend is sorry for what he calls a horrible accident. 77-year-old Fred Johnson accidentally accelerated, injuring one person and killing another, 75-year-old Jim Fahey, a fellow member of the Fort Lauderdale Gay Men's Chorus. A 25-year-old woman is dead after a mass shooting in Sumter County. A total of 10 people were shot Sunday in Wildwood. A 22-year-old convicted felon was arrested. Lastly, a new report puts Florida 37th in the country in recovery from the pandemic. TOP Top, a global agency network, studied 48 states in various categories. Florida ranked 30th in consumer confidence, 27th in job market strength, and 41st in COVID safety. Braden Point scored a goal in his 8th straight playoff game as the Lightning utterly dominated the Islanders 8-0 in Game 5 of their Stanley Cup semifinal series in Tampa. Lightning head coach Don Cooper is not getting carried away by the lopsided victory.
So love the effort, but in the end, it's one win. And regardless of what you win by, it's the win that matters. Not by how much. And so it's a clean slate in 2 nights, and we got to get after it again.
Well, Tampa Bay leads that series 3-2 and can close it out tomorrow at New York. News time is 8:28. We'll have weather and traffic together next.
$8:29 right now on the Get Up and Go show with Evan and Bonnie. It's the Tuesday morning edition. It's time for traffic and weather together. Bonnie?
And we're finding a clear path here on this Tuesday morning in Stuart, including US 1, I-95 looking clear. So is the Turnpike right here, north and southbound. Things are good. There's your latest look at traffic. It's a warm one already, 81, partly sunny in Jensen Beach. And it's 80 degrees in Port St. Lucie. Here's more on our forecast at WPTV.
Happy Tuesday, sunshines, waking up to temperatures in the mid to upper 70s under mostly cloudy skies and a few spotty showers for the morning drive. This afternoon, highs in the low 90s, heat index values in the upper 90s to triple digits. We'll see cloudy skies throughout the day with peaks of sunshine, then a 40% chance for afternoon to evening showers and thunderstorms. Tomorrow and Thursday, highs in the upper 80s with a 60% chance for scattered showers and storms. Slightly drier air Friday through the weekend, highs in the upper 80s. I'm WPTV First Alert Meteorologist Katya Hall on WSTU AM 1450, Martin County's Heritage Station.
Let's get back to the Get Up and Go show. Here's Evan and Bonnie.
Time now is 8:33, and it's time for our space report with Randy Siegel. Good morning, Randy.
Good morning to you, sir. Well, it was back on this date in history in 1973 that NASA ended its Skylab 2 mission. It was the first U.S. mission to have a space station, if you will, and that was Skylab. The three astronauts were Charles Conrad Jr., Joseph Kerwin, and Paul Weitz. They spent 28 days in space. That was the longest space flight on that date. What makes things interesting is that the first Russian, or in this case it was a Soviet space station that was up there when its three astronauts landed after spending 24 days in space, they perished because their spacecraft had a malfunction, letting the oxygen out, and it depressurized, thus killing their inhabitants. But the U.S. was successful. Talk about success. Well, the International Space Station now has new solar arrays, and everything is pointing very well for another spacewalk to take place at the end of this week. The first set of ISS rollout solar arrays, known as IROSA, was successfully carried out on Sunday by two NASA astronauts. Well, actually, one NASA astronaut and one European. Shane Kimbrough and Thomas Pasqua went out and they installed the new solar arrays. Well, everything appears to be working very well for those solar arrays right now. There seems to be no problem with them. Kimbrough and Pasqua will organize tools for another spacewalk that will be taking place in order to put a new set of solar arrays on the opposite side of the station. They also continue to do a lot of science work. Commander Akihiro Hoshide, he spent a lot of time working in their microgravity science glove box to study and explore freeze drying as a way to preserve medicines for long-term space flight. The two Russians on board, Oleg Novitsky and Peter Dubrov, they split their day between science and maintenance work on board the station. The crews are really getting ready to have a new Progress vehicle, MS-17, get to the International Space Station. The launch of that capsule is scheduled for June 30th, with docking to take place on July 2nd. Well, why does the crew want this to happen? Mainly because they're going to get a whole lot of goodies. A set of fresh produce, including granular mustard, table horseradish, apples, grapefruits, oranges, and tomatoes will be on board. But not only that, the astronauts have requested, and they're going to be getting, additional appetizers, if you will. As an example, Novitsky will be getting fruit, apples, cranberry seasoning, eggplant caviar, squash, natural coffee with milk, cocoa with milk, apple apricot juice, along with sweet salted almonds and Atlantic salmon. While Dubrov, his bonuses will be fruits, apple cranberry seasoning, chicken with egg, veal with vegetables, appetizers, squashed caviar. So they're going to all get a whole lot of goodies. And you know what? They even said they'll share with the Americans on board the station and the Japanese crew member. The station will be raised about half a mile on June 24th. This will put the average height above the Earth at 261.14 miles. And the reason for this is to get ready for the CST-100 Starliner spacecraft, as well as the Soyuz MS-19 transport craft and the return of the MS-18 vehicle. Russia gets their vehicles in orbit and lined up so that they can land in the precise areas where they're supposed to. And that means moving the International Space Station in orbit. Typically, because the gravity pulls it down, that they have to move it back up just a little bit to get it in line and in phase for everything that's necessary. The Starliner spacecraft will finally be making its test flight to the International Space Station. The first time they tried launching Starliner, they had a problem with computers. And as a result, it never reached the International Space Station. Well, now they're getting Starliner set up for its launch that will prove that they can actually go to the International Space Station and stay docked with it for a short time before it returns back to Earth. And then the Starliner commander, Butch Wilmore, will join fellow astronauts Mike Fink and Nicole Mann, who will fully demonstrate the safety of the vehicle when they take their flight to the International Space Station. So as you can see, it's starting to get exceedingly busy on the station, where crafts are coming and going. The launch of that Starliner is scheduled for July 30th at 2:53 p.m., if everything holds to schedule. We also note that the astronauts on the station have been complaining about headaches, and they're trying to pin down the exact cause of that happening. They believe that the cause of the headaches are a change in the carbon dioxide levels on the station. The levels have been going up and down, and as they go down, the astronauts feel uncomfortable. Well, this has caused a problem, and they're working on correcting it as soon as possible. Russia has also said that in a cost-cutting measure, they intend to have their cosmonauts fly to the International Space Station instead of a 6-month mission to a yearly mission. This will save them a large amount of money, and it will give them a lot better test for going to the moon and out to Mars. So by practicing, they hope to get perfect. Now, there's a good chance that Dubrov, along with Mark Vanderhee, will remain on board the station for this one-year mission. Dubrov and Vanderhee did not expect to stay more than 6 months. However, with the addition of the new Challenge crew, which is filming a movie on the station, they need an experienced astronaut to help fly them around. Well, this is what may happen. Lastly, we want to tell you that Pam Melroy has been sworn in as NASA's Deputy Administrator. Tomorrow, we're going to tell you about a new job for Sergei Krikalev, the most experienced cosmonaut and Hubble Trouble. So until then, have a great day, everybody.
That's Randy Siegel with the Space Report. He's on the program each and every weekday at this time. Time to head on over to Ellie's Downtown Deli, where if you're hungry, well, all you got to do is simply walk in the door, place your order, and you won't be hungry for the rest of the day, right, Bonnie?
No, you will not. Even if you try one of Mark's amazing salads, you know, he has his signature salads, and right now included a seasonal fruit and chicken salad. And this is on a bed of fresh mixed greens because everything is always fresh at Ellie's. It's topped with oven roasted chicken, seedless watermelon, golden kiwi on this, fresh cherries, feta cheese, and candied pecans, served with a choice of your dressing. This salad is simply wonderful. Ellie's also serves Mrs. Peters fish dip, served with jalapeno, tomato, red onion, and Captain wafers. So it looks like it's going to be a nice afternoon. You can stop by and maybe have that with a friend and a glass of wine or beer on the patio. Ellie's Downtown Deli in Stuart now has their patio back open, plus they're at 50% dining inside with a full menu for pickup or delivery. Ellie's has full dinners available for takeout, plus their fabulous desserts as well. Call 772-781-6605 to order and pick up today. They're located 18 Southeast 6th Street, just off Colorado in Stuart. Call 772-781-6605. Ellie's Downtown Deli in Stuart.
8:43, the time right now on the Get Up and Go show with Evan and Bonnie. It's the Tuesday morning edition. It's time for news. All brought to you by St. Lucie Jewelry and Coin. For the best deals in town on any type of precious metals, make sure and stop by and see our good friend Hawk Levy and tell him that Evan and Bonnie sent you. Here's Bonnie at the news desk.
Well, good morning once again. A man in a mask claiming to be police drove up to a man's home Friday and robbed him at gunpoint. According to Port St. Lucie police, officers are still searching for the suspect, said police spokesman Sergeant Keith Boehm in a news release issued Monday. Investigators on Friday said they responded to a report that a man posing as a police officer drove up to a home in the 400 block of Southeast Asbury Lane in Port St. Lucie and approached a man in a garage who lived at the home. The man posing as an officer said he was arresting the man on an open warrant, investigators said. The man, identifying as a cop, closed the garage door and shut the house's power off. According to the release, the man was wearing a black long-sleeved shirt with police on the front and back, a gold badge around his neck, and a black ski mask covering all parts of his face except the eyes. After putting handcuffs on the targeted man and pointing a gun at his head, the self-proclaimed officer stated, "I'm not a cop, I'm here to rob you," investigators reported. The imposter cop called the man by his first name, investigators said. It's unclear, though, if the armed man and the resident knew one another. An investigation and search for the man in connection to the robbery is ongoing, but police stated no other incidents of this nature have been reported in the area. Governor Ron DeSantis is announcing that funding for Alzheimer's-related projects in Florida will total $51 million in the coming fiscal year, an increase of $12 million.
I'm proud to say that Florida is the only state that has Alzheimer's disease and related dementias listed as its own priority within a state health improvement plan. So in Florida, we continue to put seniors first.
At an assisted living facility in Jacksonville, the governor said Alzheimer's affects 580,000 families in the Sunshine State. Stewart team chasing a dream to compete at a World Rowing Championships. And here's more from WPTV's Ryan Hughes.
Endurance, grit, and determination. Greta Geiser on the water chasing a dream.
It's never something that I could have pictured or imagined for myself.
The 18-year-old from Stewart gliding through competitions and is now hoping to represent her family, Martin County, and the United States, competing for a spot on the 2021 U19 U.S. National Rowing Team.
It's something that is mind-blowing to just get to have that experience.
WPTV catching up with Greta before flying out to California.
I'm arrived. I'm safe.
After being invited to the U.S. Rowing Selection Training Camp, working to earn a seat in the upcoming World Championships in Bulgaria in August.
It's me and 65 other girls that are chosen from around the United States.
The teenager started rowing in February of last year, but quickly fell in love with the sport.
Greta started training here at the Treasure Coast Community Rowing Center, but then COVID hit and she was forced to put in the work at home. But she didn't stop. Her drive only grew stronger.
The community's so excited for you.
Now she's gained the support of her hometown.
You tip the hat to her. I mean, the girls had to work so hard to get there. This is a huge accomplishment.
The Martin County Professional Firefighter and Paramedics Union, Local 2959, cutting Greta a check for $1,900, helping reach her fundraising goal for Bulgaria.
It makes you proud of your community even more and just want to get behind her.
Greta is motivated and will know if she makes the world team next month.
I know that everyone is behind me, and having that confidence, just getting to run forward is exciting.
In Martin County, Ryan Hughes, WPTV, News Channel 5.
2 boats burned in a fire at a residential dock in Martin County. The fire happened early Sunday morning. The Martin County Sheriff's Office believes the fire started in one boat and spread to another. This happened on a dock along St. Lucie Boulevard near Jefferson Street. The fire also caused heavy damage to a boathouse. No word yet on what caused the fire. No one was hurt. Local leaders are hoping that state funding from an African American cultural and historical grant could pave the way for a Highwaymen Museum in Lincoln Park. The Highwaymen were a group of Black artists that originated in Fort Pierce and were known for painting Florida landscapes. Kept out of white-owned galleries, they sold their artwork along the roadside in the 1960s and 70s. Their paintings of trees and marshes and the backcountry are currently on display at the A.E. Backus Gallery on Indian River Drive. In an effort to preserve the prominent Black artist's legacy, former state representative Larry Lee urged the city to apply for the grant, which could award up to $1 million with a local match. Lastly, a major utility wants a rate hike. Florida Power and Light is asking the Public Service Commission to approve a 4-year plan that would generate almost $2 billion in revenue. The Supreme Court on Monday ruled unanimously that the NCAA may not place limits on education-related benefits student-athletes can receive for playing college sports. Monday's ruling outlined several possible benefits for student-athletes linked to academic achievement. For one, athletes participating in Division I men's and women's basketball and the football bowl subdivision will be allowed to receive benefits that include cash or cash equivalent awards based on academics or graduation. Our news time 8:49 with weather and traffic together next.
8:51 right now on the Get Up and Go show with Evan and Bonnie. It is the Tuesday morning edition. It's time for traffic and weather together.
We don't have any accidents to report, and this is good. Heading out the door this morning, you can expect a great ride on our major highways, north and southbound. Everything is up to speed. And right now, US 1 looks good too. No tie-ups, no accidents that we're seeing. And that's your latest look at traffic. And in Port St. Lucie, it's partly sunny and a warm 80. In Patterson, New Jersey, partly cloudy and a mild 75. And here's our forecast at WPTV.
Happy Tuesday, sunshines, waking up to temperatures in the mid to upper 70s under mostly cloudy skies and a few spotty showers for the morning drive. This afternoon, highs in the low 90s, heat index values in the upper 90s to triple digits. We'll see cloudy skies throughout the day with peaks of sunshine, then a 40% chance for afternoon to evening showers and thunderstorms. Tomorrow and Thursday, highs in the upper 80s with a 60% chance for scattered showers and storms. Slightly drier air Friday through the weekend, highs in the upper 80s. I'm WPTV First Alert Meteorologist Katya Hall on WSTU AM 1450, Martin County's Heritage Station.
If you have a suggestion for the show, we would love to hear from you. Send us an email to WSTUmorningshow@gmail.com. Now let's get back to the Get Up and Go show. Here's Evan and Bonnie.
It is coming up on 8:56, and Bonnie, I don't know where 3 hours went this morning. Like I snapped and it was gone.
I know. And, this week is going by so fast. I think because people are shopping, Evan. And, shopping makes the time go by so much more quickly, doesn't it?
True.
When
Have you been to the mall yet?
I haven't been there recently.
When was the last time you were to the mall?
Oh, good gosh. It was probably when I had to go to Cohen's Optical, which was quite some time ago.
The last time I went to the Treasure Coast Mall was February of last year. I have not been there since COVID.
I think you were saying last week that
I
you might
was
go in there and
spooked.
try to walk around and
Yeah,
take a sneak
I
peek. Right?
was a little spooked, to be honest.
I kind of want to go in there to see what stores are open.
Yeah.
And I know that the Regal cinemas are back open.
Right.
And all of the movie theaters back in action 7 days a week around here. So it's like when we're living here, we can't say that there's nothing to do.
I think maybe one day next week, because this week is my busy week because I've got Mets baseball all week this week. But I think one day next week, after I get out of here, I'm going to take myself over to the mall. I'm going to walk inside and I'm going to sit down and have my couple of slices of pizza.
Oh,
and people
Sbarro,
watch.
that Sbarro pizza.
Yes.
There's nothing like it, right?
Yes. I'm going to have my Sbarro pizza and I'm going to go back to people watching.
Oh, yeah.
Because I have not people watched it's been a year and a half almost.
Right in that food court area, it's a perfect time to watch the people.
Yes.
We were mentioning shopping. Those Amazon Prime days are getting over with. That's gone.
Right.
But there is Walmart deal days still going on.
Walmart deal days?
Yeah. Walmart came out with a little bit of a rivalry because of the Amazon Prime days that we just had, people ordering there. So they launched it's huge deals for day sale. It's what they're calling it.
Okay.
And I think it goes on. I know throughout today, throughout tomorrow, it might go through Thursday too. So
very
it's
interesting.
something to do. Get to. I kind of want to go there now to see just what kind of deals they have. What's on sale?
I don't blame you.
Yeah.
I don't blame you at all. I would probably do the same myself. It's kind of like early Christmas shopping.
It is.
Right.
And, it is because when you're, browsing around, you never know what you might find for, that early Christmas shopping. You're thinking.
I wonder
that
how they're going to do Black Friday this year.
I heard that. Now I heard that our big guns, something like Walmart, might be closed for those big holidays.
Really?
Or at least Thanksgiving.
Wow, that's a first.
Don't quote me on it, but I think they're doing something nice for their employees this year by having that day closed. I'm pretty sure I heard that one too last week.
I'll have to find out from Gavin what Publix is doing this year.
Yeah.
I have the inside scoop because Gavin works
No,
there.
they are usually closed on the big holidays. Yes.
I think they're closed on Thanksgiving Day.
I think you're
and
right.
I don't know about Christmas Day or New Year's Day. I'll have to get the scoop from Gavin.
Yeah, get the good scoop.
I'll get the scoop. I
Yeah.
have the inside scoop. Anyway, folks, that's a wrap for us. The Tuesday edition is done. We'll be back in about 21 hours. Remember, if you have good values on the inside, you won't look for validation on the outside.
Enjoy the day. It's lovely. And enjoy Dr. Tread next.
That's right, folks. Slim Body Laser is coming up next. Don't you dare go anywhere right here at WSTU Stewart, Martin County's Heritage Station. We'll see you in about 21 hours.